still British, and the end's drawing near. They divided the right while the numbers kept rising. Time to stop the talking. It's time for deciding. Join, restore, or be no more. Join. Before that, guys, can I have a microphone sound check, please? Rabbi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Using our new mic here. How's the sound? Sounds great, brilliant. Back to the music then. Wonderful. Send them back where they came. You must speak English. We don't care for the game. No more excuses. Speak English or get out. Learn our traditions. Don't force us to learn yours. Respect our culture or head straight for the doors. This is Britain. We don't bow to foreign laws. Join, restore, or be no more. Join, restore, or be no more. Stand up together, fight for our shore. Join, restore, or be no more. No more grooming gangs, no more two-tier rules, no more foreign flags flying over our schools. Put Britain first, protect our kids and our land. If you won't stand with us, then you don't understand. From the 4 nations, one people, one flag in the sky. No more division. It's do or it's die. No more talking, no more fear. The hour is late, and the moment is here. Join, restore, or be no more. Join, restore, or be no more. Millions must go. Send them back to the shore. You must speak English, or you're out the door. Join, restore, or be no more. Joy, restore, be no more. Bit of patience, guys. Just going to play a couple more tunes while Ribba and I sort out the technical issue. Nothing serious. Shouldn't affect the show. Back in a couple of minutes.
locked us down where the freedom once shone in our own green land. Now the rights are all gone. They said we're safe, but the borders are wide, while our streets fill up with the waves of the tide. We're not criminals, we're the sons of this soil, yet they call us bigots when we dare to recall. From London to Belfast, the same old refrain. They sell out our future for globalist gain. Free, free, I just wanna be free as the wind on the Antrim Hills, free as the sea. Free, free, I just wanna be out where the Union Jack flies proud and free. So strike up the drum, let me show them my flag. Let and a few left the older ones to freeze while hotels shine bright for the boats on the breeze. Two-tier justice, two-tier rules. They protect the invaders but chain up the few. Our kids can't afford them in the towns where they grew, but the checks keep flowing to the ones passing through. No more surrender, no more shame. We're rising again in our Father's name. Free, free, I just wanna be free as the wind on the island breaks, free as the sea. Free, free, I just wanna be out where the Union Jack lies proud and free. So strike up the drum, let me shoulder my flag, let the pipes play the old tunes the fathers once sang. Open the gates, let us stand once again as free men of Britain, defending our land. They call us far right, they smear and they lie, but the truth's in the streets, you can see it in our eyes. We've seen the betrayal, we felt the cold hand of leaders who sold out our once proud land. So raise up the banner, shout out the call, for Britain undivided, we'll never fall. Free, free, I just wanna be free as the wind on the snow-dome peaks, free as the sea. Free, free, I just wanna be out where the Union Jack flies proud and free. So strike up the drum, let me shoulder my flag, let the pipes play the old tunes our fathers once sang. Open the gates, let us stand once again as free men of Britain, defending our land. Free, free, I just wanna be free as the wind on the Yorkshire moors, free as the sea. Free, free, I just wanna be out where the Union Jack lies proud and free. So strike up the drum, shoulder the load for the land of our fathers down the long road. No surrender, no chains, no more lies. We're the free men of Britain under our skies.
Okay guys, at last, little bit late, few technical issues. Had a bit of a problem with our mediocre moderator, but I think he's okay now. I told you what would happen. Once he's been fed, he gets uppity and rebellious. Right. Tonight, I thought we'd try something a little bit different, and we'd have 8 o'clock, we'd have a talk about the council elections on Thursday. There's been some debate, hasn't there, around the internet, whether patriots from Restore Britain should vote for the Reform candidate where there is no Restore candidate, or not a suitable independent. Yeah, tactical voting. I've heard both cases. I was talking to Freedom Dad earlier today in the show we had on this afternoon, our afternoon break. Not really a show, just an afternoon break, really. And he seems to think we should hold our nose and vote for Nigel Farage. I'm not going to give well, you've seen my opinion probably in the video I put out today, but I'm not going to say anything about it. I want to see what you guys have to say. Tomorrow morning, we'll put up a poll in our community post and asking the same questions that we probably ask tonight. Yeah. So just clear that up. So that'll be happening at 8 o'clock. But until then, we can just chat and do anything we like. Well, not anything we like. Almost anything we like, yeah. Don't say it, GA, don't say it. Okay, so have we got anybody in? Yeah, the Anglo Angle is here. He's making a move on BC Wench. Yeah, nice move, Anglo. Ribeye. Oh, his Great Societal Take Back is here. Brilliant. I'm hoping that a few people will come up to the mic to give their opinions. When they do, I guess I'll have to be fair. A lot of YouTubers are very dominant people. They'll take over and they'll talk and they'll talk and they'll talk. Yeah. And normally it's interesting, but I want to hear a variety of views this evening. So I might have to gently intercede and say, shut the fuck up. Someone else wants to speak. Yeah. But I'll do it politely. I wouldn't actually say that to him. Especially GSTB, you. Great Societal Take Back. He looks as if he's Andy. I reckon I could take him, though, if push comes to shove. Tigger's in, yeah? Yeah. Funny how Tigger and Rubai always appear together at the same time. Yeah. Oh, Kim seems to have his suspicions as well. Yeah. Oh, GA, yeah, we both well. All good. Tigger there. Kim, good evening. We're just doing the formalities now. The Dark Horse. The Dark Horse? Don't get it, sorry. Really dumb. I've washed my hair, dyed it blonde, gone stupid now. Just catching up on your comments. Yeah, that's true, Chirac. Nice to see you. I think Chirac and I have got quite a bit in common. I was just over watching Simon Tomlin's take on what Paul Thorpe said. It was really good, really good. I'm going to have to talk to him one day. Going to have to. Animal Kingdom, good to see you. Tigger, BC Wench. GA starting some gossip, of course. It's nice to talk about other people than have people talking about me. Animal Kingdom, hello there. The Anglo with the ladies, hey lady. That's how you demand control. More like it's your own channel. Own it. Yeah, I do. Ribeye said I can. Popular. Yeah, I thought I'd better put a tie on for tonight. Just something different. I call these my working clothes. Funny, isn't it? Haven't worn them for years. Had all these suits as well. Put on too much weight. In the end, I threw about 10 suits away. And what happened? I went and lost 5 stone, and now I could get back into them. It was good to get into jeans I hadn't worn for 10, 15 years, and shirts. Yeah. Got hundreds of ties, hundreds accumulated. Yeah. Respect. The day may never come. I enjoyed the film The Godfather. I thought it was really good. Yeah, has he really started like in reform? I don't know. Not all us blondes are the same. No, you are different, Lady Jo. You are an Ulster girl. I think everybody in the world knows that Ulster girls are different. And there we go. I think we're up to date now on who's in. Yeah, 52 people in the room. Like I said, we'll start the kind of debate at 8 o'clock. And we've got great societal take back in, yeah. The Lions will take the day in the end. Perfect opportunity for people to wake up, yeah. Proverbs, yeah, sometimes I don't have time to check up on his Proverbs. They're normally pretty good, though. So, cooking a ribeye. I will indeed. I've done that before now. I really have. Oh dear. Paul Thorpe is wearing flip-flops. We love to sing that song, aren't we? What is it? Flip-flop Starmer? Won't fight a war for you? In fact, I think I'll put it on soon. Not sure about Ribeye. He's torn, isn't he? You see, I've got this brilliant comment. Well, I'm not saying it's brilliant. It's okay. It's a little bit above mediocre. I think he had help with it. Someone must have helped him write it. But he done a rather good comment, and so I'm going to use that to launch our debate tonight at 8 o'clock. Right, some rules about this, guys. I don't like it when we squabble. I know we got differences of opinion. We probably have differences of opinion tonight. I mean, some of you are going to say, no, I'll never vote reform, never in a month of Sundays. Fadridge is a fake snake in the grass, yeah? Why help the snake get in power? We already know he's a liar, yeah? So they spoil their vote, probably like I'll do. And But others will say, look, I can't stand Farage. I know what you're saying about him, and I agree with you 100%. I'm 100% for Restore Britain. But I don't want the Greens in. I don't want the Greens in. As if the Greens are the real boogeyman. This is just a skirmish. The war hasn't even really started yet. Or the main battles. The war started a long time ago. The war started way back, probably in before 1933. Yeah. So I don't want you bickering, right? And don't make it personal. Let's see if we can debate this civilized, yeah? And Ribeye, well, you know what Ribeye's like as a moderator. Fair play, he takes his job seriously. Well, he's paid enough, isn't he? 2 steaks every 6 months. Oh, yeah, he'd be silly to throw that job away. Never get food like that again. We'd be back on the rats. Yeah. I would rather vote anyone on the right than Labour. And there's an opinion there. I have no vote either. Tigger border move, apparently. Yeah. Joke and Restore will do. Proverbs, you weren't getting beaten by a ribeye. Yeah. Yeah. If people don't vote reform, they'll get message and do one. If people go out and support reform en masse, they'll dig their heels and make sure. Yeah, and already it seems we've started the debate. I better play some music, hadn't I? Black coffee. I drink gallons of it. The Portuguese, os Portuguese, when I was out there, if you've been to Portugal or Turkey, anywhere where they have really strong coffee, little tiny cups everywhere, I'd have like 3 or 4 and tip them into a mug, and the Portuguese used to look at me with amazement. And I'd drink gallons of it. Oh, the way they go. No, not rum-flavoured, Nutley, but that's a good idea. I only really started drinking rum when I started this channel. Give me the courage to get up on the mic and talk. Yeah, right. Okay. Some of you might believe it. Okay, let's carry on with that. I know you don't like it. I know you don't like it, or some of you don't like it, but hey, I love it. So you're going to have to listen to this one.
Sha-la-la, my love is gone. Do I, how do I carry on? My eyes were misted over by my tears. My heart was pounding, ringing in my ears. The rain came down like sorrow.
This is a new one.
When we lost your beautiful burning light, you wore that smile like summer on your face. Now every street's an empty, lonely place. I call your name beneath the pale moon glow. But only echoes answer soft and low. How can I go on without you, my love? Your light shines high on up above. My heart was torn in two when I heard the news. I cried, baby, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? Now I'm walking alone. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Oh, what do I do? With this heart made of stone. Well, I'm missing you true. Tell me, darling, what do I do? We danced so slow beneath the corner light. You said forever and I held you tight. The jukebox played our song, a sweet refrain. Now every melody just turns to pain. Your ribbon's still beside my bedroom door. Your photographs are smiling like before. I kiss the frame and whisper through the blue. No one will ever love me like you do. How can I go on without you, my love? Your light shines high on up above. My heart was torn in two when I heard the news. I cried, baby, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? When the dawn breaks through. Oh, what do I do? With a world without you. Oh, what do I do? With the world without you. Do I do? I'm missing you true. Tell me, darling, what do I do? Why? Maybe someday
by the Golden Gate. You'll be waiting there and I won't be late. With open arms and eyes so bright, shining like that burning light. Till then I'll sing to the midnight sky, with a trembling voice and a tear-stained sigh. Every sha-la-la is a prayer for you. Every dua says my heart stay true. How can I go on without you, my love? Your light shines high on up above. My heart was torn in two when I heard the news. I cried, baby, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? Now the stars feel blue. Oh, what do I do? With these dreams of you. Oh, what do I do? With these dreams of you. I'm missing you true. Tell me, darling, what do I do? Oh, sha-la-la, your light shines through. Baby, I'll always love you.
I'm guessing that was about the death of James Dean, Jimmy Dean. 1959, I was 10. A song came out, 4 stars. Do you know what happened in 1959? Yeah. Buddy Holly got killed in a plane crash. Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, there were 2 other singers. I can't remember their names. They're gone now. Yeah, the Big Bopper and Buddy Holly killed in a plane crash. 1959. Yeah, I was 10. My auntie, Pat, she became my auntie. She was going out with my uncle then, my mother's brother. Oh, they were only young. Well, he was a teddy boy, and they dressed like you saw in the film clip there. God, she was crying her heart out. I like Buddy Holly songs. Okay, 5 more minutes to go. A lot of people are done with politics. Well, they think they are done with politics, Lee, but they're not. Politics isn't done with them. Politics is going to come to them big time over the next couple of years. Let's hope it doesn't come to the type of politics that I saw and a lot of people in this room saw out in Ulster. Different type of sectarianism now. Although I did notice that some time ago, there were a few of those Allen snack bars were burnt down in loyalist areas. Suppose that's one way of discouraging them from setting up shop, isn't it? Yes, that's absolutely right. Northwest Patriot, and one of them was really unlucky. He grabbed a lift on the plane. I think it might have been a cigarette or something like that. Someone said, I don't know. Saw the photographs of the wreck and everything. Yeah, I like Buddy Holly songs. Well, I don't try and sing any, but I do know them. Let's go back to Ulster. I'm in trouble.
Where the red hand flies through the streets of the Shankill under loyal skies. The city stands defiant, loyal and true. The city of my heart, I bleed red, white and blue. In County Antrim with the glen so green and grand, the giant's causeway carved by nature's hand. From Larne to Carrickfergus along the wild coast road, Antrim's rugged beauty is a glory to behold. Hey, Ulster! and the rain, through the fire and the flood. I stand by Ulster till they lay me in the mud. In County Down, where the morns rise proud and high, and the Ards Peninsula meets the sea and sky. From Bangor to Newry, the beauty never fades. County Down, sweet County Down, where my heart was made. In County Armagh, where the orchard blooms so fair, apple blossom country with fragrance in the air. From Portadown to the ancient cathedral town, Armagh stands proud beneath the Raghan crown. In County Londonderry, with the Foyle flowing wide, the ancient walls of Derry standing tall with pride. From Coring to the shores where the wild wind's blown, Londonderry's loyal heart beats steady and strong. Hey! Ulster, Ulster, the land that I love, from Larne to Newry and the hills above. Through the wind and the rain, through the fire and the flood, I stand by Ulster till they lay me in the mud. Bye. In County Fermanagh, with lakes so calm and wide, and Enniskillen stands proudly by the waterside.
Beautiful.
The River Erne flows gentle through this peaceful scene. Fermanagh's tranquil beauty feels like heaven to me. In County Tyrone, where the Spurns roll and rise, heather-covered mountains reach up to the skies. From Omagh to Strabane, the heartland strong and bold, Tyrone's loyal spirit can never be sold. No matter how far I wander, no matter where I roam, Ulster always calls me, this is my home. Hey! From Carrickfergus to the hills of Tyrone above, no surrender ever, 'tis blood runs deep and true. Ulster forever, I belong to you.
It's a great song out there called Roots. It's sung by an English band, and they sing about the fact that England doesn't seem to have the same sort of songs that the Welsh, the Scots, and the Ulstermen have. Ulstermen, I think, have great songs, real great songs. Okay then, guys, I see Freedom Dad's in the room. Yeah, great. Freedom Dad, I hope you can stick around, because I'm going to read out a comment from Ribeye, and I know that you probably see things a little bit differently. So what I'd like, Freedom Dad, is if after I've read this comment out from Ribeye, that you could come up to the mic and give a counter argument. After that, I see if GST is in the room, he will have a different opinion, I think, to Freedom Dad. So then we can listen to what GST has to say. Okay, clear my throat. Stop dribbling, Paul. Just because you're old, you don't have to dribble. It's not compulsory. Okay, here we go then, guys. This is a comment left in as a response by Ribeye to my video of this morning. I thought it was quite good, so I asked him if I could use it tonight. He said no. I said, well, I'm taking it. What are you going to do about it? He went, oh, nothing, GA, nothing. Okay, here we go. I think it's good. Voting for a reform would be mind-numbingly stupid. If they sweep the board in these elections, it will send a subliminal message to the whole country that they are going to win the next general election. If they do badly, it will send the message that they are a busted flush and don't have what it takes, despite being promoted by the establishment. This then will have the effect of more and more people looking towards Restore Britain as the only hope for change. I couldn't care less whether Labour or the Greens do well this week. Sometimes worse is better. Take one step backwards before taking 2 steps forward. The Greens and Labour doing well will anger a lot of people. Who benefits from that? Restore Britain. And of course the opposite is true, if Reform do well. The problem is that numbskulls like Paul Thorpe are too dense to think outside of the box. They don't have the ability to plan or strategize. They think only of tomorrow and not the bigger picture. Reform are just an arm of the Uni Party now. Probably always were. Nothing will change under them, so why would you worry if Labour, the Greens or Reform win or not? It makes no difference, as the country will still be destroyed. The only difference being the rate at which that happens. We die quickest under the Greens, closely followed by Labour, and then not too far behind will be Reform, as they delight in giving us a slow death, torturing the numpties that voted for them on a daily basis until even the dumbest fools that helped put them there finally realise that they have done what they have done. Just as a good ship, HMS UK, strikes the iceberg and sinks. All of this is a never-ending clown show, orchestrated by evil people that don't sit in Parliament. Can Restore save us? I don't know. I hope they can and will, but only time will tell on that one. One thing I do know is that in this battle, this war has been waged for 2,000 years now in one form or another, and there has only ever been 2 sides in that war. The rest is just noise. The battle is between nationalism and globalism. At one end of the pitch, behind the goal, if you like, you have the nationalists, and behind the other goal are the globalists. Both sides know that the other sides know the rules of the game. One side is trying to wake the 8 billion lemmings up who are wandering around aimlessly on the pitch, waiting for their next bit of propaganda. The other side is using all of their power and influence to make sure that never happens. We are now in injury time, and one side will win this game, and whoever it is will change the world forever and put mechanisms in place so that the other side can never rise again. This is our darkest hour, and people like Inman and Thorpe will get us all killed if we listen to them. I, for one, will never be doing something so monumentally stupid. What you do in these elections is up to you, but think before you cast your vote. I thought that was really good. I really do. I thought it was really rather good. Really rather good. Okay. Now, I'm going to put a link in and see if Freedom Dad would like to come up and say something. Freedom Dad may have had second thoughts having listened to that. I thought it was rather powerful. Okay, there's a link up there. Freedom Dad, if you'd like to come up. Froggles. I don't know, I really thought I saw Freedom Dad in the room. I did ask him to come over this evening. Oh dear. All right. Well, is there anyone who'd like to come? Guys, will you excuse me? I'll put a tune on a second. It's nothing serious.
The shadows on the wall call out your name, and my poor heart can never be the same. Since you smiled at me beneath the moonlight glow, I knew right then I never let you go, never let you go.
No, no, no.
You swept me off my feet with tender love, like angels sent a blessing from above. And when you held my hand so soft and sweet, I heard the rhythm of a brand new beat.
Boom, boom, skipped a beat.
Angels sang above us when you called me yours. Cupid dropped his arrows right outside my door. Tell me we won't ever part, promise me right from the start. You're holding my love deep within your heart. You kissed me once and made my heartbeat race. I felt the whole wide world fall into place. Shivers started dancing down to my feet, like we were spinning down a golden street. Round and round we go.
Baby, don't you know you took me to the...
Okay, guys, sorry about that. Well, it looks as if Freedom Dad isn't in the room. I was hoping he would be, because I know that he has a different opinion to what I read out from Ribeye. I really thought that was good. What do you think? Anybody else like it besides me? Yeah. Now we have to make it clear, guys, right? Everyone's entitled to their own opinion on this, right? We're all brothers and sisters. If anyone disagrees, there's to be no, oh, you're a muppet or you're a fool or anything like that. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, okay? And this room is all about it. Yeah, I'm not going to fall out with you if you disagree with Ribeye. I mean, quite often I disagree with Ribeye. We don't let it come between our friendship. I just hit him and then he sees my way and everything is fine again. So, yeah, no, that ain't going to happen. Read the room, G.A. Clone. It's G.A. Clone, I don't get it. Okay, well, I'll stick the link up. Well done, Freedom Dad. Here he comes. He should feel really at home here, because he should feel really at home, because all we play is Ulster songs.
I know that, mate. I know, and I do feel really home. Honestly. So what happened was, when you started reading the comment out, I was one of my mates started talking to me. A phone call. You know, I'm with a couple of mates, and there was a phone call, and then I had to go back and listen to it. You know what I mean? So I missed when you were off. So I have listened to it, and yeah, I totally agree. But I've got to agree to disagree. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There was a lot in there, Paul. There's a lot in there. You know what I mean? There's a lot in there. Do you want to start at the beginning, and I'll tell you what I think maybe isn't just right with it.
Well, basically, what Ribeye said in the comment was that Labour, the Greens, the Conservatives, and now Restore Britain, they're all basically the same party.
Yes, yes.
They're all going to destroy us.
Yes.
And so there is absolutely no point in voting for them. A vote for, he said, he went on to say that a vote for reform, if they were successful, would give the illusion to the British people that reform really was supported by the people.
Okay.
And,
okay. Right. So let me stop you there.
advantage.
Let me stop you there. So I don't have too much. So yeah, I totally agree with what he's saying. I understand where he's come from, but the one thing that I don't think anybody's understanding is it's a wasted vote. So that's one thing. And what you're saying about giving like reform like I feel like a boost. What are we doing for the Greens? You know what I mean? Where are the Greens going to go with this? If they get momentum here, you know, it's exactly the same what he's saying about reform is what I'm saying to you about the Greens. The Greens are the most dangerous party. Like I listen, I'm straight with Ribeye here. The Labour reform is the new Labour. I've said this from like a year. I've been saying this for a year. I've done video after video about Nigel Farage. I brought all the evidence, everything. We can't deport a million. You know, if we don't bring Islam with us, we're in trouble. I've done it video over video. As far as I'm concerned, reform or I believed, you know, I think we've all been, I used to say it was the biggest con in the right wing of politics, what reform did, the way they behaved at the start, then pushed all the Tommy Robinson supporters out, what they done to Rupert Lowe, you know what I mean, everything, they sort of slowly backtracked on everything. They conned the right. We believed they were the answer. They got enough money to get them going, we got them all running, and then slowly, once they got the money, just like what happens to me over here with some people, once I get them up and going, they feel like they don't need me anymore and they push me out, which is fair enough. Best of luck to them. But Reform's done the exact same. They used the right wing. We went on board, we got them up and running, and then they pushed us all out. No two ways about it. You know what I mean? I get thingy, one thing after another. Like Past 49 was kicked out of their of one of their conferences. Anybody with a Tommy Robinson t-shirt wasn't welcome. This was extreme. Never mind what they done to Rupert Lowe, saying he had Alzheimer's and getting them raided and the lies and everything else. And let's not forget who's going to be the next prime minister after Farage. You know, I do believe Farage, 62, whatever he is right now, when he gets in, he's going to be there for 3 or 4 months, just like Brexit. And he just wants the badge. He wants the PM badge. He wants the Prime Minister badge. He wants to stand next to all the other Prime Ministers on Remembrance Day as a Prime Minister of Great Britain, right? I'm not doubting that anyway. He's a wrongian. He's the worst. Like I say, he's the biggest con in the right. Reform's the biggest con in our history, right? Because we've been conned. But what I'm trying to say to you is he's going to be put in a position where everybody knows this. We're all talking about this. What he said, it can't be taken away. It's out of his own mouth. Has we awakened the country, what we're all doing right now? And this is the most important thing people are forgetting. We are awakening the nation right now. We have got a situation on YouTube, X, Twitter, and Facebook that's unprecedented. We're able to say things and do things we've never been able to say before. You know that. You know, you've been there a lot longer than me, and you know how hard it is to do what we're doing. And the secret to it all, because they've silenced us for so long, that's the weapon. So our weapon is to get louder, right? So let me. I know I'm going on and on. I'm getting to a point, but what I'm saying to you is yes, reform isn't the answer for the right wing, but at the minute, if we do not vote for reform and we waste our votes, then the Greens are going to get in because of the percentage of people that actually vote in our countries, because of how many Muslims are actually in our country that we're not aware of. You know, 6.5, they say. It's more than that. It's double that, maybe triple that. So it's not until we see the polling and we see the votes coming in that we're going to see how strong these guys are. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, right. Freedom Dad, I understand what you're saying. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link and I'm going to ask GST.
Yes,
right. What you said there, I can understand what you're saying. I'm not sure I agree with you about how big a threat the Greens are because...
Mate,
sorry, I'm
find out just shortly, Paul. Listen, you're bang on. I don't have a crystal ball. All I'm going on what I know of how many the government are saying are in our country compared to how many other people are saying are actually in our country. You know, they can't even give us a number of non-returns from visas, work visas, student visas. And we know that these people are coming over on one visa and bringing 2 and 3 people with them. We know there's the kebab shops, there's hairdressers and the rest, butchers and everything that are using a loophole in the government where they're able to bring people to speak their language to come over and work for them. They make it easier for their businesses. We know
they do, and we're well aware of it. I'm just going to fetch
but not
GST
everybody is. Not
now.
everybody is.
Okay, then Freedom Dad, use GST now.
All right,
yeah, look, there's some Green voters over there. Look, we can ask them, eh?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm getting out of here. You two can talk about this. GST, I can't see your face.
There's my handsome face, don't you worry.
Not as handsome as mine, my friend. Hey, and you've got the expert in your Freedom Dad. They worship him over in our stuff.
No, I'm not an expert. I just give my opinion, and it's not always right. You know what I mean?
Okay, then.
How can you be right? How can anybody get it right? Look at the state of us. Look at the neck is. Look how many political parties we have. Look what's going on
I know,
with the Greens.
Freedom Dad. What? Freedom Dad, you're a strong personality, and so am I. But we've got to have some balance to this channel.
Right, okay. Go ahead.
I'm not sure I can bring the balance. I preach the chaos. But not the balance.
It's going to be difficult, but I'll try my best.
I'll try and keep some balance here. Keep it civil. You're both brothers and patriots.
Of
GST,
course.
You probably read what Ribeye said, and you've heard what Freedom Dad said. Do you have a counter argument?
Yeah, listen, I've been trying to keep on touch, and I do respect what you're saying, Freedom Dad.
I can't hear him.
Can you hear me now?
That's happened before. I can't hear him. Do you want to stick it on your TV? Paul Moore's YouTube.
I can stay along.
Right, okay.
Can you hear me now? All
Give me
right.
2 seconds, guys. I've lost it on the phone. Paul, if you can jump in and tell him I've lost it on the phone.
Okay.
Can anybody else hear me? All right. Or
I can hear you perfectly, GST. Can
okay.
you hear me? 5 by 5.
Yeah, I've lost these on the phone, mate. I've lost all these for some reason. This happened
We can
before.
hear
Let me
you,
get you
Freedom Dad.
on here.
Oh, you're up in
Look, the
London.
packed away and gone now. The part-time protesters. I think they only got paid for 5 minutes and they've gone now.
Come back in again, Paul. Try that. If you can hear me, I'll come back in, come back out.
I can hear you. Okay. We'll have to wait. Long time since I've been there. Long time.
Yeah.
You know, just across the road from Big Ben is Conservative offices, Conservative home. They used to hate me, and they really hated me. Gone are the days. I miss their threats. Anyhow, how are you, Chesty?
Not too bad. Like I say, I'm just I'm in Green Party territory. You know, I've decided to come to the come to Mordor. You know, see what it's all about.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, the kids are watching the Arsenal game, so they won some tickets. So I drove them down here, and I've just come for a walk while the Arsenal game's on.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I completely respect what Freedom Dad is saying. My two counter argument. I won't stay and bore your viewers long. You know, like it's. I know my handsome face can be quite intimidating, but you know, it's no, but like I said, I respect what you say, Freedom Dad. Honestly, I do, and I think there is method in the madness. But my two arguments to that would be: how could it get any worse? You know, I understand more than most about how powerful councils can actually have it. But the vast majority of people, they're not woken up yet. They're not. And you know, there's that perfect saying where it's literally the day is darkest before the dawn. People need to wake up en masse and voting for a party that will literally bend over and part their arse cheeks for your vote when they don't stand for anything. All you're doing is empowering that party that just needs to go. That's the reality of it. That's my argument. But it's a tough situation. But I genuinely believe that we should let the sheep. I think we should let the sheep vote for their shepherd. You know, and just stay in the background and then wait till everybody's awoken. It'd be chaos. I get that. But what kind of chaos are we not in right now? You know, the stats that have just come out in the UK. There's 104 people raped or graped, should I say. I do apologize. I don't want to get your channel right. There's 104 people graped per 100,000 in the UK. But then when you consider that 100,000 is everybody, so when you start to take out the demographics that are safe from being graped, we are in a serious crisis where young Indigenous women are literally being groomed and graped at levels that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
So there's this idea of we are already in the chaos, my friend. We are, you know, we're already in a nightmare, so to speak. So let the lambs vote for slaughter, because I would much rather these people wake up now in the locals rather than after the generals and think, oh shit, they're in power now. The Greens are in power, and I get it. I feel for the councils that have to live under Green leadership. I genuinely do. But I have worked for a Labour council. I've worked for a Conservative council, and it's all the same shit. They've all got Pride Palestine flags dotted around every single bloody room. They're all spending money like no one's business. You know, so there are a small minority of good people in these council buildings, but the vast majority of them are absolute evil scumbags that are only invested in their self-interest. So, as I'm concerned, maybe people don't agree with me, but there we go.
No. I'm sure there are. 1 second, Freedom Dad. Freedom Dad, I know you're speaking only for yourself. I know you're only speaking for yourself. That's all any of us can do is speak for ourselves. But what is the general feeling in Ulster with regards to this amongst your associates, your friends? Do they think the same as you, or are they also split the way we are?
Yeah, it's difficult, and to be honest with you, there's a very small select group around me that are paying much attention to it because it doesn't really affect us. You understand? So because I am political motivated, because I know what it means for me and my country, you got to understand that I'm living in a country where we haven't had many problems. Not many people actually know what's coming. They don't even, some people don't even know about the grooming gangs. You got to understand everything's been kept very quiet and everybody's been silenced, and they've done a really good job of hiding the truth from the people, you know. So this is what I keep on saying. All we're trying to do is awakening people right now. But the general feeling of the mainstream patriots is all I can speak for. Is, you know, Rupert Lowe's a way forward. You know, by all costs, we must stop the Greens, because when we talk about the Greens, you know, one of my mates said to me, when I think about the Greens, I think about the Pakistani flag, you know.
Yeah.
And I know that's like it's just somebody saying that to you and putting it into your head, and then what I'm seeing online, because I'm one of them ones that gets involved in all the far left and the Islam, the Muslim Brotherhood. I look for them and try and get in there. We have fake accounts. Be honest with you, like we do. We got to do our research, due diligence. You know, Freedom Dad popping up somewhere just sends alarm bells, and then they block me. So but we have to pay attention, and you know, because I do that, I'm seeing something that's happening on. It's on a scale that a lot of people don't realize. These guys not only are good at what they do and extremism, but they're politically they're wide awake and propaganda.
I do agree with you, Freedom Dad. No one's doubting that for a moment.
Right.
I've seen the way they've manipulated elections in the past. I just want to ask GST, his mic is muted at the moment. GST, I don't know how much time you've got. You said you're up there with your children. How much time do you have to talk, GST?
I've got quite a bit. Like I said, my main concern is my battery, but I'll probably go and buy a cable from somewhere. I bought Lou's little portable charger packs.
Paul, if I can get them out of the way before he goes, you know what I mean?
Okay, go on. Go ahead. GST, Freedom Dad has some questions for you, okay?
Yeah, no worries. If I mute my mic, don't worry, it's just because of the background noise.
Yeah, no sweat, mate. And I just want to say this first and foremost. I got nothing but love and respect for you, because you're bang on, you know what I mean? You are. It's one of them ones where I think we can both be right. You know, that's where we are, to be honest with you. But I want to clarify this. So, what are you telling us to do? What would your advice be? Is spoiler votes or just not vote?
Well, so my advice has always been to people. I think it's about doing your research, you know, and the idea is make local elections actually about local things. So if there's somebody that's genuinely got good ideas on a local level, vote for them. That's the reality of it, because, you know, a lot of people don't see local elections as local elections, which you can understand why, but that's not what it's all about. Do you see what I mean? That, like, you know, it's silly to make this assumption that every single last Green voter and every single last person in the Green Party is bad. You know, in the same sense that it would be bad to turn around and say everybody that's going to stand for Restore is going to be amazing. Do you see what I'm saying?
So let me stop you, right? So I think we're at the stage right now where most of us can say a vote for the Greens is bad. There's nobody in the Greens right now. There's no way anybody can, when they're winning elections and you've got them shouting Allah Akbar and you've got Pakistani Muslims involved in every single candidate. They're using the locals, they're using the far left or the headers on the left, and these people are weak. They're not right wing. They're not like us. These people are in the left because they're weak. Let's not fucking split hairs here. That's the truth. You know, they believe diversity is good. They believe Islam's the original police. Their heads are wasted as far as like the way they've been indoctrinated. There's no getting through them. So what I'm trying to say to you is like people are aware of what the Greens represent now. Like I say, people there's no hiding it. The Greens is a vehicle for Islam and foreigners and anybody that agrees with that. All the people that are against our everybody that's against our all the counter protesters, everybody you see coming in against the Britain First, Tommy Robinson demos, everybody supporting Palestine. These are the people that are going to get behind the Greens. When they see a vehicle driving towards us, like the way the Greens is this has just popped up. Let's remember what it's all about. This is about replacement. This is a vehicle and a tool to get into Westminster. Right? That's what's going on here. And this is what we've got to. People are saying, like, there's no denying it anymore. We know what they're up to. Reform doesn't suit them, right? Reform doesn't suit us. We know how bad reform are, but reform doesn't suit them. Reform aren't left enough for them, so they're all going to get on the Greens. There's going to be no lefties. There's only going to be a trickle of right that's left for reform that's going to vote for reform. The rest are genuinely not going to vote.
Yeah.
Because
I just want to say one thing. Sorry, like I said, I do get what you're saying. I genuinely do. Right. And it is a case of my argument will still always stand where people just need to wake up. People are going through life not caring, and I'd rather people wake up in the locals than the generals. But my answer to this would be, with reform, right? We all know who the second in command is at reform, the untouchable Mr. Zia Youssef. Yeah.
Yes.
Are we going to argue? Can we both agree on that? Yeah. 100%. So every single time Nigel Farage has got anywhere near the power seat, anytime he's got near any form of control, he's retired. Yeah.
So you're bang on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this idea of, like, we know what the Greens stand for. We all know that. We don't actually know what reform stand for, because every single thing they've flip-flopped on. So my argument has always been, and my theory will always be, Nigel Farage has now started getting in bed with all these Pakistanis. He has, because this is the thing. One thing Tommy Robinson did expose, which was right, there was a conference where everybody who paid for the top table to sit near Nigel Farage was all of South Asian descent. So he's in with the Pakistanis. He's in with the Muslims. He in this city here, he wants to put a Muslim woman in, who all of a sudden, when she gets on the TV, I don't even know what halal is. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, she's got the Islamic star and tattoo on her thing. My opinion is she's committing to Kia. But so this is the idea of it. Are reform going to do really well in the locals? Everybody's then going to be like, you know what, Restore's a good idea, but fuck it. Reform is just in charge of everything now, so they're the go-to vote. And then all of a sudden, Nigel Farage will drop off, and then Zia Youssef will come up, because all the main political parties right now are trying to do what is stupid and suicidal, which is go after the Muslim vote.
Okay.
Greens are doing it, Labour are doing it, Reform is doing it. So what are we gonna? What will we say now?
Paul, can I just have a comeback? This one comeback on this. So I get what you're saying, like with reform and all that, and we understand that. But sometimes I think we underestimate ourselves. I really do. I think you're bang on 110%. You're speaking from as far as I'm concerned. I've been saying this all the time. Like, Nigel Farage will get in the power. He wants the PM badge, and then he'll step down, just like Brexit. And yes, you're right. That's who our next prime minister will be, if that comes to that stage. But what I'm trying to say to you is, I don't think we should underestimate ourselves. We're aware, right? So just quickly for the BBC, Channel 4 and Channel 5 are actually in dispute with YouTube right now, because they're wanting to come on to YouTube, right? Now, a lot of big content creators, none of us in mainland, but mostly America and Australia and Italy and all these other countries where they have millions and millions of followers, aren't happy because the BBC and Channel 4, they all want recommended at the top. So whenever you've got someone new coming in and they're at the top, it pushes everybody further down. So that tells you that people are coming to YouTube. If the BBC and the mainstream are coming to YouTube, that means this is where people are coming to get their news. Okay? So I do believe that we have the power, the right wing on YouTube right now, on X, on TikTok, on Facebook, all together have the power to do what we need to do. And I think we forget that, because we're so used to being silenced and living in an era where our voices never got out. You know yourself. We've been here for a long time.
I do. I understand what you're saying, Freedom Dad. But and you've made a very good point. But
just one more question. I do apologise. Right, I do apologise, GA. Like I say, I know you've tried to move on forward. So I respect what you're trying to do, which I believe is trying to avoid mass chaos. Yeah. What route can we go down right now that doesn't lead to chaos, in your opinion?
Right, the route that we can go down right now is keep doing what we're doing. There's been a mass awakening in our societies. I've seen it in Northern Ireland, I've seen it in Scotland, and I've seen it in England. Now it's a two-pronged thing. One, it's what they're seeing with the optics on their streets, with the mosques and their schools changing, and things happening in schools where Christianity's being pushed back and all the rest of it. Easter eggs, we could go on and on. There's optics that people cannot miss now. The second thing is that we are here now. We're here giving out what we're not all big channels, but all together we're massive. All together we are massive. And there's so many people now with a voice that are all speaking the same. You know, yes, we've had our differences with Advanced UK and Rupert Lowe, but I think everybody now can see that, you know, the only way forward is the ones who are demanding remigration. The only person who's demanding remigration is Rupert Lowe. I have the confidence that the people of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland will get behind Rupert Lowe, because the optics of what they're seeing is the only solution to stop replacement is remigration. That's the confidence that I have with the work that we're doing. You know, that's where I am.
But
Okay,
my argument is this, though. So, but what I was trying to make out, I do apologise. Restore will still lead to chaos. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you go
I know
green,
that. I
it's
know
chaos.
that. But
Restore is chaos. I'm
Okay,
not sorry.
I
So,
know that. And do you
hold
not
it, guys.
think?
Hold it, otherwise, yeah, don't make me press the button, boys. Right.
Sorry. Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, you're making good points, and I'm really pleased to see you debating it well. Both of you are putting your arguments forward brilliantly. I just want to ask the viewers something now, okay? Right.
Yep, go ahead, mate. I'm going to
Okay.
get a wee drink.
Okay, you could get the drink. I'll tell the audience. Right, what I'd like to do, guys, for you people in the audience is, if you have a question you'd like to ask GST or Freedom Dad, put it into the comments, put a big Q in the front, and type it in capital letters, okay? If you have a question, chat to yourself by all means. But if it's a question, a Q, capital letters, and then I will bring the question up on the screen, and GST or Freedom Dad can answer it. The other thing is, I just want to point out, GST made a great point about voting, and it's something I should have considered as well, because I've worked with a Labour councillor trying to save our local fire station. If she was, you know, I'd be very tempted to vote for her and vote for local issues, which is what GST said. Okay, guys, whose turn with the mic? I think it was your turn, GST. Go ahead, GST. I think it's your turn.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so like I said, so my argument is, if we play the long game and vote for reform, and then we end up voting for restore, it means the chaos will be a few years away. And when you're looking at the numbers that are coming over the channel, each and every month that we delay the chaos. And I get it. People are scared. I understand it. I genuinely do. You know, I sympathise with anybody. And you know what? When the chaos comes, I don't think anybody will blame people for locking themselves indoors. But no matter what route that we take with the UK, it will lead to chaos. Everybody knows it. We all know it. It's on the tip of our tongues. If we just allow chaos to happen sooner, it will be a lot better for us, because every single year that we wait, there are more and more people on the opposite side. That is my main argument. People can lock me away for that. People can say what they want, but that's unfortunately what we're down to.
Right. Rabbi, can you see if there's anybody else in the audience who'd like to come up to the mic, please? Yeah. Brilliant. I think anything you'd like to add to that, GST, to what you've said?
I say that. The problem is, it's all going to be chaos. There will be chaos in the UK. That's the sad factor. You know, we can sit there and cry about it. We can sit there and be scared about it, or we can just roll up our sleeves and accept the fact that this is coming. Because if we get our way and we vote restore, these hundreds of thousands of people, they're not just going to be like, see you later, guys. You've voted, and we're just going to leave peacefully. There's going to be mass chaos. And if that chaos comes in 2029, there will just be a few more years of adding numbers to the army of invaders that are coming over here. It's sad.
Right.
I hate it, but it's how it is.
Okay, let's answer some questions from the audience. Kim wants to know, you go first, Freedom Dad. Are you convinced the vote will not be rigged? We know that those people like to rig the ballots, don't they?
Yeah, well, that's the big problem. You know what I mean? Like as far as these local elections will go, I imagine there will be quite a lot of fraud, without a doubt. I know that the Islamist propaganda machine will be in play, and fraud is part of that, like we've seen in America with the Harris and the Biden carry on. It's all down to who's in power. So yeah, Labour's in power. They know they're finished. We know they're finished. The deep state know they're finished, and they're trying to get. I don't know. Maybe there'll be something where they'll go together. I don't know if there's an out for Labour. I've been saying for the last year, when Labour got in after about 2 or 3 months, that Labour will never be in power ever again, and I'll stick by that. So yeah, Labour's in power. They're the ones that hold all the cards. So of course, there's definitely going to be fraud, but that's local elections. I think by the time it comes to general elections, I do believe, because of the state of the nation that we're in, and because of what America has been through and other European countries have been through, I do believe, I'd like to think that we will get a bit of help with the electoral fraud, and there will be measures put in place for a general election if it's going to be so tight as far as we are with Islam and the far left compared to nationalists who want to protect.
Okay, Freedom Dad, what about you, GST? What do you think?
So, I mean, to be honest with you, my honest opinion is, until we have direct democracy in this system, until we are able to vote on everything ourselves and make our voices heard with everything, anything that comes out of that trashy building is going to be rigged. As soon as they allow you to do anything, it's going to be rigged in some way, shape, or form. That's the sad reality of it.
Okay. We've got another question. I don't know, GST, this question's for you, GST. Should we start a woodland resistance community? That's a new one on me.
My argument has always been, people just need to network. The reality of it is people do need to network. I've already started it. I've started a group in, Nottingham. There's a load of people here. We don't share the same views. We're not necessarily got the same values, but they're patriots who want their country back, And when you look at how far people are willing to go, this is the reality. When you look at voting fraud and people scrapping your votes and stuff like that, when I went to Nottingham last weekend, we had an overwhelming support from the public, and a lot of people came to my table towards the end of the afternoon. And since that day, I've had, I think, 6 or 7 death threats. I've not gone anywhere with them. I've had emails of people saying they know where I work. I've had pictures put up of me saying, next time I go to Nottingham, it's going to be my last. But I'm going to be there this Sunday. So hopefully I'll be able to, it won't be my last. But that's it. You've just got to network in your local areas, because the way through this, when you think about chaos and stuff like that, is when you've got your local network of areas, that's how you are going to form your kind of fight back, your resistance to what's going to happen. You need to know people near to your area. So when the chaos does come, your families can all keep together safe and stuff like that. That's what I say. So I wouldn't go as far as to say it's a woodland resistance community, but definitely got to start networking. You got to create your friendship groups within your area. Find people that think exactly like you and stick together. Oh, you're muted there, GA.
Okay, guys, this question is absolutely brilliant, and it touches on the video that I put out this morning. If reform councillors get in, won't that provide defectors for Restore and help their movement across the country? I don't know if you remember, GST, this morning I wrote that I could see reform councillors, newly minted, elected reform councillors, after the election is done, that they defect to the Restore party. And that would have been their intention from the start when they stood as reform candidates. What do you think of that theory?
So I get that. Oh, sorry. She asked me first. Sorry, I'll let Freedom go first.
What do you think, Freedom Dad? Is there a possibility?
Yeah, I think everything's a possibility right now. This is the maddest time and the craziest time that we're living. I always say this to guys, people don't realize that we're living this right now, and it's unprecedented, So, but what I do think is, I think that there is a lot of reform candidates who believe that reform are there for the right reasons. Not a lot, but there is. And I think if eventually they will come to Restore. I think the problem with Restore right now is a very young political party. It's like, well, we're talking eight weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, shit, something there. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
These things happen.
Yes, it's my mate's dog. Yeah, somebody came to the door. So yeah, I think like I do believe that the people who want to get political and on the right will always stay on the right, and I think it's just we just need to take our time here and let everybody understand what reform stand for. Not everybody knows that Nigel Farage is a con artist. He's a fraud. He's I don't compromised is the word, probably the best to describe Nigel Farage after his banks getting hit, and yeah, he was set up by the establishment to take over. And I think the establishment are surprised with what the Greens have done as well. So I think we should always emphasize that the Greens are a big threat, and that's something that we should pay attention to, and that should wake everybody up. That's what I believe. You know what I mean?
Okay, well,
I just want to add as well, Paul, that it's different. You're in Wales. You're in England. I'm in Northern Ireland. So we're looking at things totally differently. And that's probably where we're clashing a wee bit. And it's no fault of any of us. It's just I'm looking at it from my situation.
I wouldn't say we're clashing. I wouldn't say we're clashing at all.
Yeah.
I would say we are three brothers having a conversation.
Yeah, I know, but but we're agreeing to disagree. There's certainly things are like, and this is the thing. I really do agree. There's nothing that's been said tonight that I don't disagree with. From where you're sitting,
Freedom Dad.
Right.
Freedom Dad. There's a woods in front of us, a forest. There are two paths. We both want to get through the forest. We just can't agree on which path to take. GST, I can't even remember the question was. I hope you can, because
it was the reform defecting to Restore, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So my argument to that is always a case of, this is why you should do your research. I say to people everywhere, do your research on the people that are standing. There could be an independent that defects to Restore. The problem that you've got is you could live in the constituency where there was an Indian man who had a ethnic diversity DEI flipping football team, and he was kicked off of even standing for reform because it turned out that he was saying that the Union Jack stands for all evil.
Yeah.
So that's my argument to that. Is a case of, if your local reform councillor is a Muslim or something like that, or somebody from Bangladesh, or we've all seen the pictures. There's so many of them. Then they're clearly not going to go over to Restore.
But and in fairness, these people. All right, mate, how you doing? All right, good, good. I'm on a live.
He's always on a live.
Take care.
You live on live. You live on a live.
Yeah,
Freedom
I know.
Okay, Jesse, I'm just going to butt in with a question from Freedom Dad. A lot of people want to know this, actually. Are you a fan of Paul Thorpe? And have you ever spoken to him? I don't.
I don't think I'm a fan of many people, to be honest with you. But no, I'm not a fan of Paul Thorpe. I take everything on board, and I like to, have my own opinions. I don't really want to get into it. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I've said what I've said. I criticize him when he needs criticized. I'm one of them guys. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Like, anybody that's speaking up for my daughter in any way at all, or the future of my country in any way, I am not going to put them down. In Northern Ireland, we have our fallouts on the right. We have our micro right wing thing going on over here that you have over there. We don't agree, and we've had fallouts, and we've done we've done videos against each other and stuff like that. But we always come back round because there's a bigger picture, and that's the most important thing. You know what I mean? You got to understand that what we're dealing with right now is bigger than Paul Thorpe. It's bigger than Freedom Dad. It's bigger than Paul. It's bigger than Mayor Tucci. It's bigger than Tommy Rumsden. And I've said this I've always said this. What we're dealing with is bigger than the people who you support. But what people have got to understand is if somebody's standing up and doing a little tiny bit, it's a little tiny bit and somebody's doing nothing. And you've always got to remember that. And that's where I am with it, mate. You know, I'm not here to hate on anybody. I'm here to criticize somebody when I think something was wrong. When he came out and said his best ever caller, I can't even pronounce his name, and I done a video about it, you know. And but I'm not in here to hate on anybody. And I mean, I love all patriots, and we need to go forward, whether it's all different paths. But we need. Hopefully one day we'll all end up in the same spot, no matter what path we take. You know, and that's where I am.
I wouldn't have a problem. Sorry, GST, you had something to say?
No, sorry, I was just.
I thought it was the. Okay, right, yeah, Paul Thorpe. Yeah, I've had emails off Paul Thorpe, quite polite emails actually, and I've responded to him politely. Well, apart from when I threatened him a bit, but after that they were polite, you know, and he comes across as very polite. He was quite charming in his letters, you know. I can understand why a lot of people believe him. I can understand why some people believe him to be genuine. If I was to show you that letter, you would think, well, look, what a nice, sincere sounding man. But of course, I know different. Anyhow, I tell you what, let's ask something of the audience. We got 114 people in. Guys, this is for the audience. Could you just type in, if you had to vote now, this moment, on either a Reform candidate or spoiling your vote. So type in spoil or Reform. If you think we should swallow, hold our noses, bite the bullet and vote Reform, type in Reform. Nothing will be held against you, either way. So spoil or Reform. Go ahead, Freedom Dad. Okay, mate. Yeah.
Oh, look at the spoils. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. The spoils are coming in fast.
Hey, thanks for your input tonight. Stick with us, GST, but it's really our out. Guys, new story tonight brought to you live from London by our roving reporter, GST, live from London. Yeah. All we need now is our American correspondent vape guy to come in and give us.
I was even going to film the protesters, but they were only here for 5 minutes.
Well, you can't blame them. Pubs are open. Yeah. Is there anybody else in? Oh wow, spoil. I haven't seen one. I want to add what I say. Like I respect everything that was said tonight. And like I say, it is good, and it's nice to have that counter argument that, you know, that we might not have to see chaos. You know, we might be able to avoid it. I get that. I would love to live in a world where we can look at this from a strategic and military point of view and say, you know what, we can avoid the chaos. Yeah. We can avoid all of that. But because I've got 3 children I want to see grow up. I don't want the people in there to lock me up. But at the end of the day, I can't see a way that we can get to the end without chaos. And that's the only reason I say what I say. I would rather see the chaos sooner rather than later. Because as much as we're preparing, like I say, I jog as often as I can. I go on the bag as often as I can. You know, I'm training archery at least 3-4 times a week. And, you know, I'm preparing for it. But as much as we're preparing for it, our enemies are preparing for it as well. And that's what everybody has to understand. They are organising. They are organising massively. I'm actually working on a video on that exact subject that you're talking about, because I've been looking at the enemies lined up against us with regards to the size of our army, the numbers of them, one makes up a battalion, one makes up a regiment, one makes up a division. And boy, we're in trouble. I also done a video how they could, we know that they use their mosques for things other than praying, and we know what they stole. That's a proven fact. And I also know what they can use with 3D printing. But if they can use 3D printing, so can we.
Exactly.
Right. Do you want to? Shall I tell Freedom Dad the result of the votes?
He's got support a lot, honestly. I've still got nothing but love and respect for you, my good friend.
Oh, I know that, mate. Listen,
I yearn to see Northern Ireland. I must admit, it's always somewhere where I've wanted to go.
Listen, always remember, it's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's something that we've done. It's not our fault we're in the position we're in, having these debates and chats. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And we've got to remember that we're picking up the pieces here. You know what I mean?
You know, the one thing I will say, I want to add this one thing. I think that personally, regardless of what background they are from, I'm always humbled, and I've always respected the Northern Ireland politicians. They always seem to really, really speak out, even though they're in the minority in Westminster. During PMQs and stuff like that, they always stick around for the important debates, and they always have a good word of common sense, which I think is brilliant, considering, you know, Northern Ireland is very often neglected by the rest of the mainland UK.
Yeah.
So I think full credit to them. Full credit to you.
Yeah, we're not the type of guys to let ourselves be neglected. Let's just put it like that.
Talking about
that, they can try.
Freedom Dad, there's a video out today. First of all, the results of the vote were this: democracy. Out of 113 viewers, one person voted for reform.
I don't expect any less, you know what I mean?
Oh, well, wait, that's two of you. That's you and some guy in Wales.
You've doubled your vote. You've doubled your vote.
I never said I was voting for reform.
Hey, no, don't flip.
You know what I mean?
Don't do a flip flop. Don't do a. Listen, Freedom Dad. There was a video today I watched about Ulster.
Yeah.
And sectarianism, and it was over on the History Debunk channel. Simon Webb, he's a bit of a Zionist.
I watched him. Yeah, I'll have a wee look at it. So, well, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, what he's talking about is he was saying about the new sectarianism that has come into Ulster, and he refers to the past and how pleased he was to see that the Protestant and Catholics were putting their difference behind them and uniting against a new type of sectarianism. And he pointed out to some stories where Ulster people had removed a few snack bars, let's call them snack bars, from Belfast in 2024. In fact, they sort of lit up the sky. And he was saying that sectarianism will return to Ulster.
Yeah, well, I've actually, that incident, one of the incidents you're talking about, I know all about it. I've actually had the guy on my platform. he got not guilty for it, you know. So you're going to find a lot of guys on the, I'm not going to say Protestant and Catholic, I'm going to say right wing, because that's where we're at right now. Obviously we're at peace. There is no power multis, you know what I mean? But you know, like I say, there's a lot of guys who are still very aware of what's going on in Northern Ireland. We're probably more awake than anywhere in England or Scotland or Wales right now because of the unionists. And, you know, obviously just we've been born and bred with this. It means a lot to us. I would say we're more English and we're more British than English. You know, and that's just me. You know what I mean? Obviously, you guys will disagree, but there's a lot of us will say we are more British than English, so we do pay attention. But what I'm going to say to you is you're going to see a lot of our right-wing guys popping up in the next few months getting not guilties. And that's the way of the world right now. You know what I mean? So, you know, like I say, we love you guys. We're watching. We don't have much say in the matter. I'm only giving my opinion as a unionist. I'm not here telling you what to do. I'm telling you as an Ulster man who's proud to be British, who's worried about what you might do. And that's it. You know, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you how we feel. And there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of men and women over here who are very, very invested in the upcoming elections and watching very, very closely. You know, and that's it.
Yeah, well, thank you for that, Freedom Dad. I'm just going to ask, are there any more questions for the guys for Freedom Dad or GST, or is there anybody else who'd like to come up to the mic? If anybody'd like to speak, speak now or forever hold your peace. No, shy. Would it be nice if Ribeye had coming up, but he couldn't? Okay, just checking the comments now. I'm checking. Still on about Thorpe. No, I don't seem to have any other questions, guys. None at all.
Yeah. So Thorpe, like let's fucking just address Paul Thorpe. You know what I mean? Let's if it's up in the comments, it needs to be addressed. You know, like I say, he's a patriot. Right? He has grew his platform, and what I'm going to say here is, um, if he's wrong, then we are the ones that's got to put things right, and he will listen to us because it's not one voice. There's many voices out there. We are split down the middle, and it needs addressed. You know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, personally, money is a big problem. There's no two ways about it. Like I've got a lot of friends who are like me who have been involved with the not the United Kingdom movement, but involved in the Tommy Robinson movement over the last 10, 15 years. And they're very difficult conversations. But, like I say to them, I'm not here to hate on anybody. I'm the last person. Anybody that knows me, I'm the last person to create division. But whenever things like has a citizen journalist and a right-wing activist, I can't ignore what's going on. We have to address what happened with Wayne, the money that was collected. We need to address the Bitcoin. We need to address the Bitcoin. We need to address the attitude of Tommy when he's in Israel, and we need to address, certain people who's put money into the movement, how much power they have. If we've got guys putting in $100,000, if there's a reason for anybody to come out and question something and look for answers, and they're genuine questions, then we can't ignore it. If I was to ignore it, then I wouldn't be doing my job right. And I'm an advent supporter of Tommy Robinson for a very long time. And this is what I've said to you before, Paul. This is what they don't realize. It's not just haters and the old school far right that were pushed out many years ago. These are genuine supporters of Tommy Robinson who are asking questions. And that puts a different curve on the ball, if you know what I mean.
Well, I do indeed. But all we've ever done, there's been no need for all these constant attacks on Tommy Robinson. Had Tommy Robinson shown a bit of transparency, or Richard Inman shown a bit of transparency, for example, does Richard Inman's company have a contract to provide equipment at the UTK? Did he have a contract in 2024 or 2025? Have any of the organisers received financial reimbursements for work done for the UTK? If they have, I don't have a problem with it, but they should tell us. Look, the biggest problem for myself and people like me with Thorpe, Inman, and the likes of Tommy Robinson is their position on race. We can't handle it when they turn around and say that a black man can be an Englishman. That just will never wash or work for people like me, ever.
Yeah. See, this is the big problem. Like I said earlier on, I'm going to address it once again. The problem what we've got right now with I think you. I'm not saying you got mixed up or confused, but you picked me up the wrong way. When I talk about the soft right, I'm talking about Richard Inman. I'm talking about Tommy Robinson today.
Yes.
I'm talking about Paul Thorpe. I'm not talking about the left. The left of the left. The right of the right. I call the way I try to describe it when I talk about it is you've got the right who is us, and you've got the soft right. And the problem is the soft right. Going back in the day when immigration wasn't so bad, and we had the start of the grooming gangs, and we were starting to learn how bad things were on with the crimes and what these guys were bringing to our country. And you look at Glasgow, you know what I mean? How many mosques are in Glasgow and Blackburn and Birmingham and all these other cities? Before that was established, then you could get away with picking on the far right. when I say far right, I'm using them words very, very loosely. I believe I call what people call the Nazis and all that. I call the far right, right? You know, what they describe as the far right is they're just right. They're just right wing. And the problem that we have is that, Tommy Robinson movement, people like Richard Inman believed in their heart that the only way they could go anywhere or get anywhere or establish themselves was by being exclusive. Now, when we talk about exclusive, we're talking about being diversity is good. Even going as far as, Islam is a religion of peace, even though they have been coming out and calling out Islam. But at the same time, in the second breath, they're saying it's okay for Muslims to be English and all the rest of it. And there's been blurred lines. So what I'm trying to say, in the past, they've got away with it. But where we are now in 2026, all these guys who are like us, who believe that there's no room for discretion. There's no room for mistakes. An Englishman can only be English. A Scottishman, and getting the basics right. You know what I mean? Without not caring about who we offend, or not caring about getting called far right, not caring about getting called racist. Today we're at a situation where, it's that bad now that we don't care. Back then they did. They believed that the only way forward was by losing them labels. So we're in a situation today where there's so many people like us who were classed as far right and Nazis in the past have been pushed out, and they're disgruntled because there was only one movement, and that was the Tommy Robinson movement. And if you didn't toe the line, you were pushed out. And I know many, many guys that have been pushed out that are still there. And when I say pushed out, I'm talking about being discredited, your platforms being taken down. And you got to imagine what it's like to be a real patriot, to understand and see things properly, but then be called out by a bigger movement that are meant to be the same as you, but then they're calling you as far right and racist because they don't believe that's the way forward. When really where we are now in 2026, it's the only way forward. And it's trying to get everybody to agree that what's happened was wrong, and to bring everybody back into the fold and go forward as one. And that's the problem we're at. There's been so much division created because Tommy Robinson created such a big movement. And it's not just down to Tommy Robinson. I want to make this very fucking clear because it really annoys me. Tommy Robinson, the man himself, the person, the human being, the Englishman, I don't think he's all to blame. I think the movement and the people he's had around him, and the way he's been pulled and poked and prodded, especially when he's been coming out of jail. You got to remember, he was only out of jail 6 hours, and he was doing an interview with Rebel Media. That man just spent, and I know a lot of people are here and there with it, but the facts are he was in solitary confinement. Yes, he didn't have any contact with any other prisoners apart from out the window, and the only other contact he had was prison officers. Now, as a man who's done solitary confinement, spent most of my young life in prison because of my upbringing, you know what I mean? I can relate to that. I can relate where the mind goes, how the head goes. And Tommy Robinson should have been left alone. When he got out that last sentence, he should have been left alone for at least 2 to 3 months so he could make his own decisions.
Well, probably, but I disagree with you about bringing the grooming gangs to the attention of the British public, because Tommy Robinson came on the scene in 2009, yeah?
Yes.
And Marlene Guest and the BNP, and I was there at the time writing articles about it. We were writing about this and talking about it in 2007.
Yes.
And the real person who brought it to the forefront was a lady called Marlene Guest.
Yes.
And then Nick Griffin and the BNP, but they wouldn't listen to the BNP. But for some reason, they listened to this football guy who started an organization called Freedom Dad, who started an organization called the Jewish English Defence League. He was Zionist from day one. Was he put in place on day one because he was popular with the football crowd?
Yeah. See, but
he's been a Zionist ever since.
Yes,
he's
but
promoted
that's
war.
going on to another topic. That's what's going on. So before we go on to that topic, let me just finish with that. Yes, you're bang on. Totally agree with you, right? I'm not. You're hitting the nail on the head, and that's what's good about these kind of conversations. But what I'm going to say to you is, has Tommy Robinson himself was put in that situation at that time, and there was others that were bringing up the grooming gangs that they weren't paying attention to, right? So it's, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
they were paying attention to Tommy Robinson, for whatever reason, he took that on and he done that, and that's there. I agree with you. There was men and women that came before.
A
100%
question,
agree with you, but
Freedom
that's not
Dad.
his fault. That's not
No,
his
I
fault.
agree with you. I'm going to
Yeah.
agree with you, Freedom Dad. I'm going to agree with you there. I mean, okay, let's accept, for whatever reason he done it, Tommy Robinson done a good job in the early days, yeah?
Yeah.
He done a real good job in bringing it to the attention of the British people. He done
Yeah.
a great job of a scammer drama with the Panorama business.
Yeah.
You know, has Tommy Robinson outlived his usefulness? Do we still need a Tommy Robinson?
Yeah, well, we need, Tommy Robinson has always said, right, and he has said this, that the movement is bigger than him, and I just want to say this, and we can't take it away from what he's been through. I get a taste of it. I've been jumped leaving bars. I get death threats. I've had the NLA. I've had one of the leaders, this new IRA mob that's jumping about planting bombs. One of their guys has been in the paper saying that he's had to move house and change his car because of me. I've had a direct threat face to face with the IRA. The NLA said they're going to target patriots. It is a very, very dangerous game. Now, with that, what I'm trying to say to you is I just get a wee taste of it. Tommy Robinson has been there for a long time. He was fucking, he was attacked in prison. You got to understand what that was like, getting put in the cell with them 4 guys. He lost his teeth. He was jumped. He was jumped in outside as well. A carload of Muslim guys give him an awful beating. There's many times that he almost hasn't been here. Whatever reason we are where we are today, with the situation we're in today, with all the political stuff with Israel and the Zionists, and how everybody feels about that, and how we're all split. We can't take it away from what he's been through, and how hard that would have been for a man to deal with, and how easy it would have been for anybody else, and to come in and do whatever you believe, or what a lot of people believe.
Okay. Freedom Dad, I accept what you're saying there, and he's been through hardship, and I'm not disputing that for one moment. What I'm saying is perhaps it's time that Tommy, who was now a millionaire, there's no doubt about that he took his money and walked off into the sunset, because what he's doing with UTK is misleading British patriots. He is grifting money. He may have been an hero in the past. He could have retired as an hero. Now he's going to be remembered as a crook or a grifter, because he simply won't be open and transparent with the people who donated money to him, Freedom Dad. I believe it's time for Tommy Robinson to take that walk into the sunset. Thank you, Tommy. You've done a great job. Now, please go away. That's what I think, Freedom Dad. Yeah.
So where do we go without I am playing devil's advocate here, mate. Where do we go without the UTK movement? And where do we go without Tommy Robinson, who is a big part? Because we have to admit, like I say, there is a lot of people that aren't into the nitty gritty like us, who have been born and bred and lived it and breathed it for the last 20 years and know all the ins and outs and stuff that we don't even talk about. There's lots of stuff that we don't bring to the public. You know what I mean? There's so much that we have that raise a lot of eyebrows. There's no two ways about it. So where do we go? What structure do we have?
Well, even off the top of my head, first let's get back to Tommy Robinson. Where do we go without Tommy Robinson?
Yeah.
Tommy Robinson now, he's not a unifying force in the British Patriots, is he? He's divisive. You've seen that. We've been, ever since he started the grifting, he's dividing Patriots. He's got people like Paul Thorpe, sort of centre-right, as you say, against people like myself. Yeah. So Tommy Robinson is now a divisive figure within patriotic circles. You either a Tommy fan or you're against Tommy, yeah? And that's divisive. If Tommy wasn't here, perhaps we wouldn't be divided. Who could replace him? Well, obviously, I'm going to say Restore Britain. We need to get behind Restore Britain 100%. Yeah. So that is the replacement for Tommy Robinson. He's a man who has outlived his usefulness. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, I think one of the problems that I see as well, and a lot of people that are on the ground, yeah, I can speak for quite a lot of patriots around me. You know, at the end of the day, not everybody agrees with me, but not everybody's a patriot. You know, there's a difference between patriots and loyalism at the minute in Northern Ireland. Not much, but there is. And you know, one of the problems I've seen with Tommy Robinson is the people he has around him. You know, there's a lot of people around Tommy Robinson who wouldn't be on the internet. They wouldn't be around. They wouldn't be given. They wouldn't be influencers. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Tommy Robinson, and that's a problem to me. You know what I mean? That's a lack of awareness on Tommy's part. You know what I mean? Backing the wrong horse. You know, like you know, I know a lot of things that concern me. A lot of people around me are concerned about some people. You know, I'm going to leave Richard in and out of it because I don't want to, because I'm very close, not close to him, but obviously he lives about 2 miles away from me. We bump into each other quite a lot in our line of work. But, you know, I'm going to leave Richard out of this, as I'm saying, because he's ex-army. I don't want anybody jumping on to anything and trying to mix my words. But there is people around Tommy Robinson who I believe are embedded with security services, and they've been there for a long time. And, you know, that's a problem for me. You know, that's one of the big problems for me. And like I say, in the paramilitaries in Northern Ireland, in my recollection of all paramilitaries on both sides, most times when we've been infiltrated by the security services, it's been at the top because they don't need foot soldiers. They need people who are at the top or close to the top.
Understood.
Yeah, so that's in your face, and like I don't understand how Tommy can't see that, and you know stuff like that. So that brings alarm bells for me, mate. If you want to add to that.
There's two things I got to come back on, your freedom, Dad, and I really appreciate you being up here talking to us. It really is a chance to see the other side, if you like, the other side of the coin. Two things. First of all, I totally condemn Tommy Robinson for his support for Israel with regards to the bombing of Iran. What he said about blowing Iranians to bits, those young girls, totally disgusting to me. You've seen violence, I've seen violence. Neither of us want to see it again. The only violence Tommy's ever seen is on the bloody streets, rolling around with them. Yeah, we don't want the type of violence both of us have seen. So that's one problem with him. The other thing is now, and I'm going to ask you this directly, and you let it slip or didn't conceal it, that you're 2 miles away from Richard Inman. Can you ask Richard Inman personally? Please ask him this from the Green Arrow, from Paul Morris, and from people who follow this channel. Why he could end all this? Why doesn't he just be transparent and say, you know, he's an organizer. Why can't they reveal their accounts? Yeah. Who are the companies doing the contracting? Is his company benefiting? Ask him those type of questions. You know the questions I want to ask Freedom Dad. Ask him why he doesn't. And if he doesn't answer those questions, Freedom Dad, you then should ask him, Richard, why won't you answer the questions?
Right. Well, I will speak to Richard about that. I'm able to speak to Richard about that. Like I say, you know, me and Richard haven't seen eye to eye and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get into it. You know what I mean? One of the problems I have, and I'm quite open about it, is that, you know, Richard is pushing Advance UK in my country. You know, we have a group who are promoting Advance UK in Northern Ireland, a small group. And, you know, my observations right now is Richard's involved with that group, helping that group, pushing Advance UK in my country. And then we have Paul Thorpe promoting it as well, and Tommy Robinson promoting it. So I'm in a situation right now that I'm not happy about, and I'm going to make it public, that we have 3 Englishmen involved in the politics in my country. And I feel like they're manipulating, you know, and they're targeting certain individuals and patriots in my country, and it's everybody can see what's going on. It's not shock news or anything like that. I'm making it public to on your platform, you know. So yeah, you know, I'm not happy about that. You know, I have made it public that they should step down and back off in Northern Ireland with Advance UK, with what I see, what's going on with Rupert Lowe, and you know, and
But
the support Rupert Lowe has.
originally Freedom Dad, I remember how pleased you and I was when we heard that Advance UK were going to go to Ulster.
Yes,
I thought it was great news.
yes, yes, and this is the thing, Paul. Like, I'm man enough to turn around and say I made a mistake. You know,
Yeah.
because that's politics. That's the way it is. You know, it's not actually making a mistake, but you know, it's a fluid. It's fluid. It's constantly moving. It's not still. It's difficult to navigate as a commentator, as a citizen journalist, and we've got to go with the times. And I'm always being honest. The most important thing to me is honesty, and it's difficult because it doesn't do me any fucking favors. You know what I mean? Because you know, it is difficult in Northern Ireland being honest about what I see, what's going on in England and the UK, because we're so set in our ways, you know what I mean? And, you know, just like what we're seeing right now, you know, I feel like these guys have got on board with something and, you know, they just don't want to give it up. You know, they don't want to say, right, we're wrong.
Right.
You know, there's other options here. I don't think Advance UK is the answer, especially in Northern Ireland, because you got to understand, you know, it's a very fragile situation in Northern Ireland with Sinn Féin. We got Alliance, we got SDLP, we got UUP, DUP, the TUV, and and the rest. You know what I mean? You got other small parties, but in a whole, we're in the same situation as you. But it's because there's only 2 million of us in our country. It's more detrimental. The more we've got as many political parties as you have, but can you imagine that with 2 million people? So the margin for somebody to get in is very slight because there's so many parties. So it's very important that we get it right. You know, voting, you know, whether or not it affects us, you know, it's working it all out right now. You know, I'm not 100% versed on it. You know, I believe we in Northern Ireland should be voting for our own political parties.
Agreed.
And, you know, not getting too involved with the English side of things.
Well,
You know.
but isn't that what Rupert Lowe is proposing? Rupert Lowe is proposing that in the same way that he's done it with the Great Yarmouth Party. Yeah, you could have your own party there. But what I don't understand, Freedom Dad, is you've got the Orange Order who was super big out there, super big, a unifying force. Why are there so many political parties? Why?
But the Orange Order is totally different. They're not really political. You know, it's hard to explain. You know, I mean, the Orange Order did not get involved and stuff like that. The political stuff is basically between Protestants and Catholics. You know what I mean? That's where we're at. We've got the SDLP and the Alliance, where the SDLP are more focused, more Catholic. The Alliance try and be in between, but it's not really working out for them. Yes, Sinn Féin are 100% Republican Catholic, and then you've got the Ulster Unionist Party that aren't going anywhere. We've got the DUP that are old school, and people are sort of hanging on, and people who aren't awake yet are still watching BBC. They're going to go for the DUP, but the most progressive political party right now that seems to be awake to what's going on is the traditional unionist voice, you know, the TUV. And I'm saying that because I'm on the ground, I'm at demos, and they're the only political party turning up. And they're not turning up and like making a big deal. They're turning up and they're speaking to people. You know, they're trying to understand what's going on. And you know, there is a couple of things. I do believe the TUV is one to be looking out for. Jim Alistair is in charge. I don't know how long he's going to be in charge for, but you know, all sorts of things can happen. So it's for us over here. There's so much. Can you imagine you've just listened to me? It's nuts.
Yes.
It's absolutely nuts. And then you know we've got Richard who's promoting the Advance because obviously they were close to Tommy, and you know they had that pledge and everything. They pushed that pledge out, and all the rest. And I think it's a momentum that they've been involved in. And like, listen, let's not take it away from them. Let's not get confused here. You know, whether you like them or you don't like them or whatever, you know, they are trying their best. They seem to be trying their best. The problem is that they're not prepared to step down or step back or say, I made a mistake. Let's reevaluate things. But and I do believe that they do in a whole their hearts in the right place. But I think morally and egos are maybe getting a bit
Well,
fucking in the way. To be honest with
do
you.
you think, Dad, or do you think? I understand what you're saying. They holding on, they push in advance. Are they holding fast because they feel that they've got nowhere to go? They've burnt their bridges behind them.
Yeah, that's a possibility, mate. When you throw all your cards, and like I say, this is one of the reasons why I am who I am, and I don't really, I'll give people advice and tell people what I think, but I'm quite happy to say, right, well, they were looking good, but they're shite now. Let's fucking look at this director. I got no problem with that, you know what I mean? Because I'm not invested. I'm not making any money. I'm doing this for the love of my country, and I'm doing this for my country. The problem I have is, like I say, and it's nothing against the English guys or nothing like that, but we seem to have three main players in the Tommy Robinson movement. Tommy Robinson himself, who's
Yes.
sharing Richard Emmons videos, and Paul Thorpe, who's sharing Richard Emmons videos, while he's in my country right now. Deciding what goes on, and I've got no problem talking to Richard about this. He knows where I am. He knows where I live. I've had many chats with him, we've had many sit downs, and I'm quite open, and I'm available for anybody. Like I say that across the board with anybody. Come and speak to me. I'm available for anybody to speak to. And this is a problem. They don't want to, because maybe they just don't want to hear the truth. You know what I mean? But the truth is the only way forward. And like I'm going to say this, and I don't care what anybody says. Freedom Dad's right. You know what I mean? Freedom Dad isn't here trying to pick up his chest. Freedom Dad's in a lot of threat and a lot of risk. And every time I walk out my door, most times people are coming up and thanking me and shaking my hand and telling me to stop.
But
Don't stop. But there's always that chance that I'm going to get a punch in the nose or a gun or a baseball bat. It's so dangerous. So, I don't care what anybody says, you know what I mean? I'm here doing what I'm doing. I'm on the streets. I'm everywhere. I do lives. I put my neck on the line, and I stand by everything I say. And I'm an Ulster man. And no offense, but I'm not going to have anybody apart from Ulster men tell me what's going on in my country. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
And
I understand.
This is where we're at. You know what I mean? We need to be Ulster men. We need to.
Well, but Freedom Dad, what you said there about being an Ulster man and having Englishmen coming to your country and telling you how you should be running it, that's a bit like for us Brits, be they in England or Wales, with all these foreign candidates and foreign politicians from overseas.
No, there's no comparison, no, because like I can't, Paul, I can't do that. We are all the same. I got no problem. I love the English. I love the Scottish. I love the Welsh. I even love the Irish. I've got no problem. But what I'm trying to say is, if we need to go advance, right, we'll decide that. We don't need Richard Inman and Tommy Robinson and Paul Thorpe to tell us, or to put it out there and try and promote it and trying to create, these guys are influencers. They're influencing the people that watch their channels. It should be Ulster men influencing what goes on in Ulster. That's my point. That's it.
Well, Freedom Dad, then let me ask you this question. If the likes of Richard Inman and those other gentlemen associated with him who are not Ulstermen, if they were to stand down, do you think Advance UK would have a chance in Ulster?
No. The only people speaking about Advance right now is Richard Inman and the people that listen to Richard Inman. And, I'm not saying that he's a bad man or he's wrong. My opinion, I'm saying that he's making the wrong move here at this moment. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. But, I'm not saying his intentions are bad or anything like that. I want to make that clear. All I'm saying is that I believe that us men in Ulster should be making the decisions in Ulster, not big platforms like Paul Thorpe and Tommy Robinson. And that's all I'm saying. And Paul Thorpe has a lot of love. Tommy Robinson has a lot of love. And I just think you don't live here. You haven't been what we've been through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We live and breathe this. We us Generation X. There's nobody knows better than us men and women. You know what I mean? And we can make our own decisions. He can advise us, But when you come to influencing, when you've got the channels like Paul Thorpe and you've got the channels like Tommy Robinson, they're able to put. Yeah, we eat politics for breakfast. That's what my mate's saying. But what I'm saying to you is YouTube and the influence of YouTube and what people do when they put videos out and the effect it has is detrimental if it's wrong. If you're wrong, if you think you're right but you're wrong, it's detrimental in my country. So all I'm saying is, you know, if there's a chance you could make a mistake, keep your mouth shut. If anybody's going to make a mistake, we'll make the mistakes. You know, we don't need anybody else to make. We've made enough mistakes, and hopefully we're learning from it. But that's all I'm saying. I'm not being nasty. I'm not, you know, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm just saying what I see, and I'm telling you what the feeling of the street is, and the people around me, and what they're saying. That's it.
Freedom Dad, I've always known you to speak the truth. Freedom Dad, when Freedom Dad says something, you can normally take it to the bank. I think there's no doubt in my mind that Richard Inman is probably already aware of this conversation, as will Paul Thorpe. We know that people are in here. We know that they are recording this tape now. Well, you know, it's nice if you've actually sent a message to Richard Inman and those people in Ulster. Use a message unofficially, a nod's as good as a wink. You don't have to say any more about it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, I'm going to start to wind down now.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go, mate, because I've got things to do, mate. The light's dropping. I'm with a couple of my mates. And
I know where you're going. Tell us where you're going. Go on, tell us.
Mate, it would break your heart. It would break your heart. Honest to God, mate. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? So tomorrow, mate, I've got a lot on. I've got a wee bit of personal stuff to do, getting my godson's haircut and stuff like that done.
Great.
Really good family stuff. That's how to start the day. And then tomorrow I've got an amazing patriot, one of my best friends who has been diagnosed with cancer. I'm gonna struggle to fucking say it. He's only got a couple of months to live. And I'm going to see him tomorrow. He's actually watching the night, you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm going to see him tomorrow, get a chat with him. Yeah, it's hard work, mate, hard work. It is hard work. But after that, I'm going to go through and see Pinky and my main man Glenn. And yeah, going to be talking about talking about what we always talk about. We talk about how to save our country. How to save our country. That's all we talk about is how the fuck do we stop this? And that's it, mate. That's all we talk about, you know what I mean? Legally and trying to stay out of prison. You know what I mean?
Hey, okay, well, give an old man a treat. How about a smile from your camera girl?
She's no here. I'm not with my camera girl. I'm with my mate. You don't want to smile from this one, man. Okay, man.
Hey, Freedom Dad, I know why you partner up with him. He'll make anyone look good stood next to him.
Listen, mate, I'm surrounded by headers like this, you know what I mean? It's only very Freedom Dad can do what he does, you know what I mean? I'm surrounded by very good men who look after me, mate, you know what I mean?
You got good and
I do, mate, I do.
Freedom Dad, thank you very much for coming on.
No sweat.
And please come and visit us often, and I'll try and visit your channel as often as I can.
Yeah. I just want to say before I go, because I don't want to be hanging, mate, but the Ulster women like Sarah and Caitlin, because Sarah's like one of my best friends, like proper, like she's up or above anybody else. Patriotism, loyalism, you know what I mean? And Caitlin's her daughter, you know what I mean? And that's why Caitlin's my camera girl, you know what I mean? And I love them all the bits. So the women and like all the women, like I'm not going to go into all the names, but all the women surrounding them women is what keeps Freedom Dad going. They've got more balls in the band.
Oh, I know they are. You know, I'm trying to
have more balls.
Or Ulster women have more balls than the men, mate. I swear to God.
Oh,
Lady J as well on your channel. Big shout out
I love
to
Lady J.
You know, I love mate, she's one of my girls, mate. She's from South Belfast. She's from my area, and you know, she's very strong, opinionated, and she doesn't mess about, but she's a good girl. She's been through it, like us all, mate. She's been through the troubles. She knows a lot, seen a lot, and says nothing. You know what I mean, mate?
Freedom Dad knows. Freedom Dad knows.
Yes, mate.
Listen.
Right, boy. Take it easy, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay.
Thank you very much. God bless you, Freedom Dad.
God bless you too, mate. No surrender.
No surrender. Well, there you go, guys. We had Freedom Dad in. Great. He might be a little bit disappointed with that vote. Only one person thought a good idea to vote reform. It'll be interesting to see what the turnout is in the election, won't it? It will be. GST, absolutely brilliant, I thought he was. He's obviously gone off to get his sons now from the football, watching Arsenal. Okay, guys, I think we'll go on until 10 o'clock. We'll have a bit of music. If anybody'd like to come up to the mic and talk now, you're more than welcome to give us your thoughts, speak about them in the comments. Meanwhile, let's have a little bit of, well, we'll have to have a bit of this because for Freedom Dad, don't we? Now, let's see. Bear with me. Don't know what we're going to get.
From the walls of Londonderry, where the apprentice boys stood fast, to the Boyne water banks, where King William won at last. We held the line at Aughrim, we fought at Enniskillen shore. The red hand of Ulster rises, hey, hey, forevermore. Ulster till I die, Ulster till I die. No foreign king, no pope, no IRLI. We'll hold the line, we'll stand up tall for God and for Ulster, we'll never fall. Ulster till I die, hey, Ulster till I die. The Union Jack flies and the crown's on high. At the Somme we charged, the 36 led the way. Faithful to Messines, we fought for the king that day. The Ulster Volunteers, the pride of our blood and name, their sacrifice still echoes. Hey, hey, we'll do the same. Ulster till I die, hey, Ulster till I die. No foreign king, no pope, no IRLI. We'll hold the line, we'll stand up tall for God and for Ulster, we'll never fall. Ulster till I die, hey, Ulster till I die. The Union Jack flies and the crown's on high. The plantation built our homes, the settlers brought the light. A Protestant Ulster, British day and night. No Dublin rule, no border poll will break our stand. We're loyal to the Union, loyal to this land. When the call comes again, when the banners rise once more, we'll march for king and country as we did before. For the children yet unborn, for the blood already shed, we'll keep faith with Ulster and the crown overhead. Ulster till I die, hey, Ulster till I die. No foreign king, no pope, no IRLI. We'll hold the line, we'll stand up tall for God and for Ulster, we'll never fall. Ulster till I die, hey, Ulster till I die. The Union Jack flies and the crown's on high. From the Boyne to the Somme, from Derry to the sea, Ulster stands British, Ulster till I die. Michelle O'Neill sits with her Sharia fain crew.
Smiling in Stormont while selling me and you. They talk about unity but keep us apart. Catholic and Protestant, heart against heart. Sinn Féin, Sinn Féin. You've taken the king's coin for too long again. You don't care for the working man, Catholic or Prod. You're traitors to Ulster, now get on the road. They pit us against each other, keep the old hate alive, while they fill up their pockets and laugh as we strive. Protestant or Catholic, we're both working poor, but these bastards in suits keep us fighting their war. Sinn Féin, Sinn Féin. You've taken the king's coin for too long again. You don't care for the working man, Catholic or Prod. You're traitors to Ulster, now get on the road. We've had enough of your lies and your games. Catholic and Protestant, we're done with the shame. One people, one Ulster, under one crown. It's time to unite and run your traitors down. Sinn Féin, Sinn Féin. You've taken the king's coin for too long again. We're Catholic and Protestant, we're done with the hate. We're uniting as one and you're meeting your fate.
Oh, like that. Interesting. Interesting. What Freedom Dad said about Advance UK in Ulster. Boy, don't the time go quick. I mean, the first time I seen a video of Freedom Dad, he sat in a car. There was a guy behind him and they were talking. Well, first of all, I picked up on the accent and I paid attention. And then I listened to what they said. And during the conversation, they started talking about Advance UK, how much they'd like Advance UK to go to Ulster. And I thought, yeah, that's really good. It'd be nice if Advance UK did go there, wouldn't it? And of course, time passed, Advance UK went there. And Benabib let us all down, didn't they? The Advance UK was destroyed from within. That college might have been different. No wonder Rupert Lowe didn't buy it. We were all asking why Rupert Lowe wouldn't go. Huh. If you say Freedom Dad knows, Rupert Lowe knows as well, doesn't he? And now we've got the situation, Advance UK clinging on in Ulster, but there's 3 Englishmen running it or behind it. Yeah, I can understand how that might, well, rankle Ulstermen, really. Are there no Ulstermen good enough to run it? But he doesn't think Advance UK will work there at any rate. So, yeah, but it was great to see Freedom Dad. Really good. Nice to have a different opinion as well. He argued his point well, but it wasn't, I don't think it was as, the arguments that put forward by Ribeye in his comment that I read to you at the beginning of the video, yeah, that nailed it for me. That nailed it for me. And then GST just reinforced what Ribeye said. So absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well, I don't know what we'll debate next time, but I'm sure we'll find something. Now, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. You've got to have this.
Fair on Saturday night, the Ferris wheel was shining silver white. You ran your fingers gently through my hair. I swear I saw the angels standing there.
Standing there, ooh, angels sang above us when you called me yours. Cupid dropped his arrows right outside my door. Tell me we won't ever part, promise me right from the start. You're holding my love deep within your heart. At the soda shop we shared one straw. All my friends just stared in awe. You winked at me, I turned bright red. Couldn't hear a single word they said. The jukebox played our favorite tune. We danced beneath that paper moon, and every star up in the blue was singing, baby, I love you.
Now every night I dream of that old fair. The colored lights of music in the air. Your jacket wrapped around me in the breeze. You whisper, darling, stay close to me.
Stay close to me. The shadows on the wall still call your name, but now my heart is burning like a flame. So take my hand and never let it go. We'll be the sweetest story lovers know, sweetest story told. Angels sang above us, stars began to shine. Every little heartbeat, tell me you were mine. Tell me we won't ever part, keep my picture near your heart. You're holding my love deep within your heart. Do-I, angels sing above.
Sha-la-la, my baby is my love.
Do-I, never let me part.
You're holding my love
Within your heart. You're holding my love
within your heart. Hold on.
Hold me close, don't let me go. Tell my heart you love me so. Underneath the stars above, we're just kids in crazy love. When I see your smiling face, my whole world just falls in place. Every little touch you show sets my teenage heart aglow. I dream of you each night. Everything feels so right when you whisper low. Baby, don't you know, in your arms so tight, it feels so right. We could stay like this forevermore. Shaboom, shaboom, my heart's in flight, dancing in the pale moonlight. You're the girl that I adore. Oh, hold me close, don't let me go. Our love's what the whole town's talking for. Neon lights in the rain at night seem to call out your name. Teeny bop discs on the jukebox spinning, the whole place feels the same. Echoes of a sweet slow song drift along the avenue. Every record crackles soft, but all I hear is you. When you take my hand, baby, I understand. This is more than a summer flame. We'll never be the same. In your arms so tight, it feels so right. We could stay like this forevermore. Shaboom, shaboom, my heart's in flight, rocking through the night. You're the girl that I adore. Oh, hold me close, don't let me go. Our love's what the whole town's cheering for. Celebrate our names on the bleachers after the game. Pinky swear we'll never part. You got my jacket and my heart. Even when the summer's gone, we'll keep dancing to our song, young and wild and free. Just you and me. In your arms so tight, it feels so right. We could stay like this forevermore. Shaboom, shaboom, my heart's in fire, dancing me all night. Adore. Hold me close, don't let me go. Teenage love. never before. Oh, hold me close, don't let me go. Tell my heart you love me so. Sha-la-la, we'll always know. Neon hearts in the rain will glow. Lying lonely.
Let's go over here. I'm slowing down, guys.
The old lion stood firm when the sirens would wail. Never give in without fail. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the fields. We shall never surrender, no matter what yields. I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. He meant every word, no shadow of regret. This was their finest hour, he said through the night. And the people believed him, he gave us the light. But you're not the old lion, Sir Flip-Flop, no. You're not the old lion, and we need you to know. He carried our hope when the world was afraid. You promised us change, then let that hope fade. You're not the old lion, we're telling you true. You're not the old lion, and we're done believing in you. If you're going through hell, keep going, he'd say. While the cities were burning, he showed us the way. The price of greatness is responsibility. He lived every word for the nation to see. He walked through the rubble, shook hands in the street, gave courage to strangers with nothing to eat. A voice in the darkness that steadied our fears. A leader who earned every one of our cheers. But you're not the old lion, Sir Flip-Flop, no. You're not the old lion, and the country says so. He lifted us up when the skies were all black. You took away warmth and you never gave back. You're not the old lion, we're telling you true. You're not the old lion, and we're done believing in you. You came with big promises, hope in your eyes. A new day for Britain, an end to the lies. Then winter fuel gone for the old and the cold, while gifts and free tickets and suits were your gold.
Good point.
The trust that we gave you has slipped through your hands. The dreams that we shared lie buried in sand. No enemy marching, no bombs in the sky. Just choices you made while the people ask why. The old lion lost once the fighting was done, but he won in the war, the hardest one. You've lost in the peace that you swore you would bring, and the silence is louder than anything. No, you're not the old lion,
flop, no. You're not the old lion, and we want you to know. We stood with the old lion through fire and through pain, but we won't stand with you, not ever again. We will not fight on the beaches for you. We will not fight in the fields for you. We will not fight in the streets for you. We will not fight anywhere for you. You wanker!
Love that song. Love Ragnar's work. Oh, this one not so much. When in doubt, go back to the 50s.
In my bed tonight, moonlight dancing on the wall. Every shadow whispers your name so soft, I can almost feel your call. Silence wraps around my heart, but in my dreams you're close to me. Your breath is warm against my skin, just the way it's meant to be. Every second we're apart feels like a lifetime in the dark. Hold me tight, my love, don't ever let me go. Kiss me slowly like the world is moving slow. Keep me safe inside your arms forevermore. Never let me walk alone outside your door. Love me always, promise we will never part. Seal it with a kiss and guard my heart. Hold me till the morning light and never let me go. I think about your gentle touch, the way you trace my face, the way your fingers find my hand like they memorize the place. Every kiss so soft and deep sets my restless soul at ease. When you whisper that you're mine, it's the sweetest melody. Every heartbeat calls your name, burning like an endless flame. Hold me tight, my love, don't ever let me go. Kiss me slowly like the world is moving slow. Keep me safe inside your arms forevermore. Never let me walk alone outside your door. Love me always, promise we will never part. Seal it with a kiss and guard my heart. Hold me till the morning light and never let me go. If tomorrow fades away and the stars forget to shine, I'll still be wrapped inside your love with your lips pressed close to mine.
Obviously, I've missed some of it, guys. I only see a bit of the few of the comments. When it comes to people from other channels, I don't really understand them. I get a lot of comments. You don't see them because I delete them unless they're funny or particularly insulting and make me laugh. I delete them. And then I think, well, hang on. I don't go over to their channels and leave comments abusing them or disagreeing with them. I just think they deluded people. They're not worth the effort. You can't reason with them. You should know that by now. I mean, how many videos has this channel and other channels made pointing out, you know, asking questions, asking for transparency? It's not a crime to ask for, if you're donating money to a cause, you're entitled to ask some questions, you know. And yet they abuse you for asking questions. Personally, I don't think you should engage with them. You're wasting your time. In fact, from what I've seen of their supporters, each one of you is worth 100 of theirs. I mean, their women, if they're anything to go by, are just foul-mouthed fishwives. Yeah, their men have no manners. They're ignorant, uncouth. Oh. No. Don't engage with them. It's not worth it, guys. It's not. Oh, you love me now, do you, Mel? 10 minutes ago, you didn't want to know me because I was married. I don't think being married's the problem. I think the problem is I'm neutered. So I'm no good to a woman. Well, I'm no good to anyone if you listen to my wife. There you go. She didn't even want to watch the show tonight. She said she sees enough of me in the daytime. What can you do? Back to the music. Seriously, guys, don't let them upset you. If they insult you, what? Do you care what they say? Nah, you don't. You're better than them. I think that's what winds them up. They know you're better than them. They got inferiority complexes. And I'm sorry about playing this music, guys. I'm just winding down and chilling. I'm not as sharp as I once was.
Forever isn't long enough when I'm lying by your side. So kiss me soft and hold me close. Be my heart, my
I'm too old.
guide. Hold me tight, my love. Don't ever let me go.
Ferrari.
Kiss me slowly like the world is moving slow. Keep me safe inside your arms forevermore. Never let me walk alone outside your door. Love me always. Promise we will never part. Seal it with a kiss and guard my heart. Hold me till the morning light. Never let me go. Kiss me slow.
If they ever go for you, Lady J, I promise you this, I will hunt them down.
In your arms is where I stay now and always together.
Walking down the road neath the neon lights, feeling all alone since we had that fight. Can't shake the feeling that I love you still. The rain falls around me, bending to my will. Every street sign whispers your name. Every shadow's playing our game. I thought I'd be stronger on my own, but every mile just leads me home. The night keeps calling out the truth. There's
From Belfast streets to the Mornhill breeze, we've weathered storms across the seas. We've had our fights, we've had our pain, but side by side we'll rise again. No crown, no creed will split our hand. This is our wee northern land. For our
country high. For our hearts, for our soul. We're here to make our country whole. From the working men to the mother strong, we've carried each other all along. We're different roots, the same old soil. It's time to share in what we've built. No more lines, no them or us. But it's all of us that make the trust. Our future starts when we agree. This land's for you, this land's for me. Oh, we're united, standing tall, answering our people's call. From every shore and every town, we're lifting this wee country high. For our hearts, for our soul, we're here to make our country whole. Raise your glass, your voice, your hand, for our wee Northern Ireland. From the coast to every street.
Royal Court of Justice. Last time I was there was with Ribeye many, many years ago. I've still got the photographs, actually. I should dig them out, shouldn't I? Royal Court of Justice. Big day. Remember that, Ribeye? Ribeye, I'm talking to you. Well, he's around somewhere. He'll come back when he's hungry. He always comes back when he's hungry.
This is where our voices meet. Who stands for Northern Ireland? We stand as one. Who sings for Northern Ireland? Everyone. Who stands for Northern Ireland? We stand as one. Who sings for Northern Ireland? Everyone. Together now beneath one sky, are we country? You and I.
Wonder what one's next. Oh, I like this.
We're the mums and the grannies in pink we unite. Walking the streets where the shadows grow long in the night. Hotels full of strangers, they knock on our doors. Our daughter's in danger, can't take it no more. From Epping to London, we've had enough lies. Time to send them packing under pink skies. Pink power, right? Protect our girls, save our kids, keep them safe in our world. Send them home, no more fear in the dark. Pink ladies marching, lighting the spot. Protect our women, keep streets secure. No more hotels, that's what we're fighting for. We've seen the headlines, the tears that we cry. Assaults in the shadows, no one asks why. Our Union Jack waving, soft pink and bold. We're ordinary women, but our story's told. Not hate in our hearts, just love for our own. Close down the borders, let our families grow. Pink power, rise and protect our girls. Save our kids, keep them safe in our world. Send them home, no more fear in the dark. Pink ladies marching, lighting the spot. Protect our women, keep streets secure. No more hotels, that's what we're fighting for. survive. Voices like thunder keeping hope alive. No more excuses, no more turning blind. For every mom's worry, for peace we will find. Paperheads forward, hand in hand we stand. Britain for Britons, reclaim our land. Pink power, rise and protect our girls. Save our kids, keep them safe in our world. Send them home, no more fear in the dark. Pink ladies marching, lighting the spark. Protect our women, keep streets secure. No more hotels, victory's pure.
Love these playlists. Oh, back over here.
There's no moving on from you. So I put a dime in the jukebox, let it play all night. Thinking of you while our song goes on under these flickering lights, running around like the vinyl spins. My heart won't let you go. Thoughts of you keep circling like a melody I know. Pass by the diner, hear the jukebox play. Playing our song takes me back to that day. Neon lights flicker like memories, echoes of laughter, sweet remedies. But now it's silence, just me and the night, lost in the music, holding on tight. Coffee's gone cold, but I'm still here, drowning in what we used to hear. If I close my eyes, you're by my side, in every note, in every line. So I put a dime in the jukebox, let it play all night. Thinking of you while our song goes on under these flickering lights, round and round like the vinyl spins. My heart won't let you go. Thoughts of you keep circling like a melody I know. Maybe tomorrow I'll find the strength to walk away from what we were. But tonight I'll stay right here where your voice is still a blur. If loving you is wrong or right, I just know it feels so true. Every chord keeps pulling me back to you. So I put a dime in the jukebox, let it play all night. Thinking of you while our song goes on under these flickering lights, round and round like the vinyl spins. My heart won't let you go. Thoughts of you keep circling like a melody I know. Walking down the road beneath the neon lights, still hearing echoes of that night. And every time that record starts, it's you spinning in my heart. It's you spinning in my heart.
Bloody way. We built your roads, we fought your wars. But now you lock your people's doors. You talk of pride, you talk of peace, but all our freedom slowly cease. We stand here strong, we stand here true, while you forget the hearts that knew. Shame on you, but not on me. We're the ones who still believe. In the fields, in the towns, we wear this flag. We won't bow down. You can try to tear apart what beats within the British heart, but we'll rise again. Through and through, Britain stands. No thanks to you. Our veterans sleep on empty streets while power dies on royal seats. Our children wait, our workers cry, and still you turn a blinded eye. We won't forget, for this is home where we live. You stole the crown, you stained the name, but we'll restore our nation's flame. Shame on you, but not on me. We're the ones who still believe. In the fields, in the towns, we wear this flag. We won't bow down. You can try to tear apart what beats within the British heart, but we'll rise again. Through and through, Britain stands. No thanks to you. For every voice they try to still, 1,000 more will shout their will. From Belfast streets to Dover shore, the British soul will roar once more. Shame on you, but not on me. We'll keep this land forever free. From the highlands down to sea, we'll guard our home, our liberty. You can take our coin, our due, but never what we hold as true. Britain stands proud and new, we'll carry on. No thanks to you.
Absolutely fine, Mel. Absolutely fine. Word of honor. If I say word of honor, you always know I'm telling the truth. Yeah. Can't break my word of honor. No, I'm absolutely fine. 10:30 it is then, guys. Yeah, it's been good. We had a good discussion and stuff like that. I've got, I'm 3 videos behind. I hate it when I'm videos behind. Sometimes you get, same when I used to write, sometimes get writer's block, sometimes get video block, and you just don't want to do it. I done a video outside today, got halfway through it. Well, I'm going to tell them, Ribeye. I'm going to tell them the truth. They deserve the truth. So the sun broke for about 30, 40 minutes, something like that. And I thought, I'll experiment doing an outside video. I got halfway through it. What happened? I told Ribeye, don't call me. Don't call me. Guess who called me? Yeah, Ribeye. Halfway through the outside video. And then the sun went, my mood went. I went in, told my wife that Ribeye sucked big time. She said, well, what do you expect? He's mediocre. No. So now I'm determined to get that video out in the morning. But I'm absolutely fine, Mel. Absolutely fine. I'm always happy when I see you guys, got to be honest. Cheers me up no end. That's why I don't like to see bickering. Right, now where were we? Oh. This is how I picture you Ulster girls.
Saw you driving at the high school dance. Took my heart away with just one glance.
There they go.
Band, it
Lady
started
J.
to play.
Now,
Saw my only
Kirsty,
chance to
dancing
move
away.
your way. Long ponytail and your poodle skirt. Peter Pan collar on your button-down shirt. Your friends all laughing on the floor. Giving me a glance like the girl next door. When the jukebox played that old love song, I knew right then where I belong. With a nervous smile and a shaky hand, I asked you, baby, can I have this dance? We fell in love on a moonlight night. Kissed under the stars so bright. Hearts on fire like a neon sign. Your world and mine intertwined. Oh, we were young and free. Just you standing there with me. Like a scene from a silver screen. Living out our teenage dream. Made a date for a walk in the park. Neon lights and streets alive after dark. Swing set, shadow, summer air. You brushed a curl back from your hair. James Dean on the drive-in screen tonight. The Wild One, too, it's a double show delight. Cuddle up in the car, let the movies flow. Radio playing soft and low. Driving diner late at night. Soda pop fizz and a cream delight. Sharing fries in the dashboard glow. Didn't need nowhere else to go. We fell in love on a moonlight night. Kissed under the stars so bright. Hearts on fire like a neon sign. Your world and mine intertwined. Oh, we were young and free. Just you standing there with me. Like a scene from a silver screen. Living out our teenage dream. Time may roll like those old film reels, but I still feel the way it feels. Every time I hear that song, it takes me back where we belong. To poodle skirts and pickup lines, cherry lips and valentines. We fell in love on a moonlight night. Kissed under the stars so bright. Hearts on fire like a neon sign. Your world and mine intertwined. Oh, forever you and me. Just like it was in 53. Underneath that silver screen. You'll always be my teenage dream. Yeah, we were jiving at the high school dance. You took my heart with just one glance. Moonlight movie, summer romance. Forever started with one slow dance.
I was 9.
For the first time at the high school hop. New girl in town, my heart went pop. Look pretty good in your polka dot dress. Your long ponytail, blonde hair, no less. Bobby socks made everyone stare, but I was lost in your golden hair at the high school hop. Our hearts aligned, dancing through the night. You were mine with the band, playing our favorite tune. I knew I'd be loving you real soon. The stroll was played, I reached for your hand, strolling through the gym by the high school band. Eyes meeting eyes, sparks in the air. Never felt a moment quite so rare. The night was young and so were we, falling deep so effortlessly at the high school hop. Our hearts aligned, dancing through the night. You were mine with the band, playing our favorite tune. I knew I'd be loving you real soon. Oh, lost in your eyes. Fell in love without a single word. In that perfect moment, the whole world blurred. At the high school hop, our hearts aligned, dancing through the night. You were mine with the band playing our favorite tune. I knew I'd be loving you real soon. High school hop heartbeat, beating loud and strong. A love that started with a simple song. Shoo-dee-doo.
Oh, damn it. That's the last thing I feel like tonight. Told them, didn't I? Oh, God. Told them I didn't feel like it tonight. They do this always. If I say I'm going to do a live stream, they say, oh, we'll have a party when you come back. Oh, well, I'll do my best. I'll try. Like the pipes.
United we'll rise, divided we'll fall. Strong Christian soldiers answer the call. Side by side we march with the cross held high to confront this corrupt labor line.
From Ulster's green fields where the faithful stand tall, Northern Ireland rises, heeding the call. From Scotland's wild highlands, from Wales' rugged shore, England's heart is beating, we march evermore.
They've mocked our Lord, they've mocked our land, filled the halls with sin and the taxpayer's hand. No more turning cheeks, no more silent prayer. The soldiers of Christ are gathering there. United we'll rise, divided we'll fall. Strong Christian soldiers answer the call. Side by side we march with the cross held high to confront this corrupt labor line.
From Northern Ireland shores to Scotland's proud glens, from Wales' ancient valleys to England's green dens, they cut off the needy, they feast while we starve. They open the borders, let evil carve. But the Bible commands us to stand and to fight for righteousness, justice, and God's holy light. With sword of the Spirit and shield of our faith, the four nations together reclaim what they hate.
United we'll rise, divided we'll fall. Strong Christian soldiers answer the call. Side by side we march with the cross held high to confront this corrupt labor line.
No surrender to darkness, no kneeling to shame. From Ulster to England, we stake our claim. Scotland and Wales with the cross
Okay, guys, one last track, and then we'll shut the stream for the night. Oh, what's that? Prayers can be done. Come on, Mel. One last dance. Fancy the last dance, Mel? One last dance.
Hold me close, don't let me go. Tell my heart you love me so. Underneath the stars above, we're just kids in crazy love. When I see your smiling face, my whole world just falls in place. Every little touch you show sets my teenage heart aglow. I dream of you each night. Everything feels so right when you whisper low. Baby, don't you know, in your arms so tight, it feels so right. We could stay like this forevermore. Shaboom, shaboom, my heart's in flight, dancing in the pale moonlight. You're the girl that I adore. Whoa, hold me close, don't let me go. Our love's what the whole town's talking for. Neon lights in the rain at night seem to call out your name. Teeny bop discs on the jukebox spinning, the whole place feels the same. Echoes of the sweet slow song drift along the avenue. Every record crackles soft, but all I hear is you. When you take my hand, baby, I understand. This is more than a summer flame. We'll never be the same. In your arms so tight, it feels so right. We could stay like this forevermore. Shaboom, shaboom, my heart's in flight, rocking through the night. You're the girl that I adore. Whoa, hold me close, don't let me go. Our love's what the whole town's cheering for. Shall write our names on the bleachers after the game? Picky spell will never part. You got my jacket and my heart. Even when the summer's gone, we'll keep dancing to our song, young and wild and free. Just you and me. In your arms so tight, it feels so right. We could stay like this forevermore. Shaboom, shaboom, my heart's in flight, dancing with me all night. Every girl that I adore. Hold me close, don't let me go. Teenage love like never before. Hold me close, don't let me go. Tell my heart you love me so. Sha-la-la, we'll always know. Neon hearts in the rain will glow.
Okay, guys, that's all she wrote. Take care. You've been listening to Paul Morris, the Green Arrow. Somewhere lurking in the background is the mediocre moderator. You've been great. I've been awesome. Ribeye. We know the answer. Mediocre. See you tomorrow. For those of you around at 8 o'clock, we'll be live from 8 till 9. Good night, guys. I'm feeling particularly sentimental. Love you all.